The flu is wreaking havoc on a Metro elementary school with more than 100 students out sick. How the school and parents are working to keep kids healthy.
And later, we verify if UPS employees need to use their own vehicles to make sure that nobody is upset on Christmas.
11Alive News Primetime on the ATL starts now.
Tonight, a shakeup at the Georgia Department of Driver Services following a federal lawsuit.
And it accuses the DDS of violating the Civil Rights Act by engaging in race-based stereotyping and implicit bias against Puerto Ricans.
It's a story we've been following for you since this summer. Elwin Lopez now has an update. Elwin?
Yeah, a statement from the DDS says that the deputy director of the DDS Office of Investigative Services was terminated, and the director of that same department has resigned and been demoted to a non-law enforcement role. In addition to that, the statement says that the, quote, Puerto Rican interview guide should never be used by DDS staff under any circumstances. The guide is mentioned in that lawsuit, and in it, a claim suggesting it was used to question Puerto Rican driver's license applicants, according to the lawsuit. Some of the questions that were included in an oral exam, quote, what a meat filled with plantain fritter is, and where a specific beach is located, and the name of the frog that is native only to Puerto Rico. Questions that the lawsuit claims other out-of-state license holders didn't have to answer. The lawsuit also alleges that DDS kept a Puerto Rican man, Kenneth Gaban Gonzalez, license and paperwork to check for fraud. 11Alive spoke to his attorney, Jerry Weber, over the summer.
As far as we know, this is the only state that has this set of crazy requirements for Puerto Rican American citizens.
With the Southern Center for Human Rights told 11Alive that if Puerto Rican natives who move to Georgia can't get a driver's license or state ID, they can't vote. At the time, the now former Puerto Rico governor, Ricardo Rosselló, asked Governor Brian Kemp to address the, quote, disturbing irregularities immediately. And today, a motion was granted in federal court in Atlanta to stay the proceedings for 30 days until January 30th.
Owen, thank you. More than 100 children at a single Metro Atlanta school as the flu, or rather those kids out sick as the flu season has hit Georgia earlier and much harder than usual. And Crabapple Lane Elementary School in Fayette County is hardly alone in its battle to try and keep the virus in check. A pediatrician offered Deborah Teff some tips for parents.
And the last I heard, there was 167 kids out today. I would hope that maybe they would close the school.
Nicole Fowle's son goes to Crabapple Lane Elementary in Fayette County. He's not sick, but she pulled him out so he won't get sick.
It's unfortunate, it really is, but you don't know you've got it until you've got it.
Crabapple Principal Margaret Davis sent out a letter urging parents to keep their sick child at home. Dr. Manji Singh from Tri-County Pediatrics says she's seen her fair share of patients with the flu.
I've seen a pickup with our flu cases. We've seen a lot of children coming in being flu positive for both flu A and flu B.
And what's going on in Fayette County is a trend across the state. According to the Georgia Department of Health, flu has wreaked havoc for the past 3 weeks. Since late September, 204 people have been hospitalized from the flu, and it's resulted in 2 deaths. Fowle says school officials told her there are both strains of flu at Crabtree. Dr. Singh says strain A attacks the GI tract and is a lot worse. B, she says, is usually upper respiratory.
But it's never too late to get the flu vaccine. Good hand washing. If you do have the flu, stay home. Do not expose other people.
And they're worried that people don't know their kids are sick and they're going to take them out into the community.
Well, if you have had the flu yourself before, you know it can be so terrible. And imagine it's even worse for those kids. So here are some tips from the CDC to ensure that children stay healthy in and outside the classroom. First, make sure your child's school, their child care program or college has an outbreak protocol in place. Every school should have a quarantine location for such children. Schools should also routinely clean frequently touched areas and have a supply of tissues, soap, and wipes. And like the doctor told Deb, the best way to prevent the flu is to get your flu shot. It's not too late.
After dealing with those showers and storms late last night, overnight, and then some of that lingering mist and drizzle earlier today, the drier air is in our area right now. That's indicated by the purple color right here. You can see that very dry air in place. That has pushed a lot of the moisture and the rain down along the Georgia coastline, parts of northern Florida, and off the Carolina coastline as well. Well, it looks like the drier air is going to win out, and it's going to keep that moisture away for a while. We're going to stay dry as we go through the rest of the week. But then an area of low pressure is going to develop down in the Gulf of Mexico, and that's going to start sending a little more moisture our way. Unfortunately, that's going to increase our rain chances as we head into the weekend. Stay with us. Coming up in just a few minutes, we'll talk more about that rain chance into the weekend and how those temperatures will hopefully rebound before that moisture moves in.
Topping tonight's speed feed, we now know the names of the 11 and 18-year-old boys shot in Buckhead while sitting on their front porch. 18-year-old Sergio Zamora and 11-year-old Giovanni Zamora Hernandez both ended up in the hospital. That shooting happened on the home on Peachtree Avenue on Saturday night. Police say the shooting stemmed from an ongoing dispute among students from the same school, but they haven't said much more than that, nor have they identified any suspects. Both victims are expected to be okay.
Hi, I'm at Cumberland Mall. There was just an incident where there was a gunshot fired. The weapon is beside us.
Okay, where at Cumberland Mall?
Yes, and there's someone bleeding on the floor right now. Yes.
Where at Cumberland Mall, ma'am?
For the first time, we're hearing the 911 calls from the shooting at Cumberland Mall. Cobb County Police received 100 calls Saturday after shots were fired in the food court, injuring a man. Bystanders immediately tried to run and hide, fearing for their lives, and rightfully so. Two teenagers now both charged in connection with the shooting. Police say the violence stemmed from an argument, but it was not over shoes, as many have claimed on social media. One twin now in custody, accused of attacking a woman with a frying pan, but police still are on the hunt for the other sister. Tyra Faison was taken into custody sometime between last night and this morning. The Clayton County Sheriff's Office says that she and her twin sister, Kyra, attacked the other woman last week, then stole her car keys and phone. If you have seen Kyra, let the Clayton County Sheriff's Office know right away.
The plan is to have the state's new computerized voting system ready for the 2020 presidential primary in March. But if that fails, the state elections board is taking steps to have hand-marked backup paper ballots at the ready. 11Alive's Doug Richards explains why there's been such a big push for this.
I want to implore you not to set up your local county election boards for failure.
The room at the Capitol was packed and full of skepticism about the rollout of the state's new voting system.
A trustworthy paper trail. You do not have that.
We need a solid contingency plan.
Their fear is that the state won't be ready to use its new Dominion voting system computers for the 2020 presidential primary election, early voting for which is less than 90 days away.
You spent 31 hours watching polls?
Yeah, which was so interesting.
Some of them, like Liz Troop and Eileen Akamura,
I went to 11 different locations,
said they had observed the pilot elections conducted last month in Bartow, Paulding, and a few other counties, which state officials had described as a success.
I saw two different, completely separate systemic failures of the poll pads, which are the new way that the workers access the poll books.
The whole process of voting on the ballot marking devices takes so much longer than anybody was expecting.
The state is in the process of delivering 33,000 voting machines like the ones set up Monday at the King Center in Atlanta, plus ballot scanners and poll pads to Georgia's 159 counties.
We had problems in 2018. You're coming up with a new machine, and you've got to solve this.
Election activists have asked the Elections Board to adopt a rule letting individual counties phase in the new voting equipment in March. The board, led by Republican Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, said no. Another issue was raised about whether voters at a precinct can keep the prying eyes of their neighbors off of their computerized voting screens. You can see that part of the story right now on 11alive.com.
It was a big year for online streaming. Netflix dropped a slew of original content in 2019. Millions of Americans were tuning in also. According to highspeedinternet.com, the most watched Netflix miniseries in Georgia was When They See Us. It debuted in May and profiles of the case of the 5 Harlem teens falsely accused of assaulting and raping a Central Park jogger back 30 years ago in 1989. According to the site, America's most popular Netflix show of 2019 is The Umbrella Academy. Are you a Netflix person?
I do not have it.
I don't either. All right, we move on. I work nights. I'm making an excuse why I don't have
That's probably a better reason for you to have Netflix, because you can get it on demand, but I don't know.
Good for you.
Yeah.
A tip of the cap to you. It is the season of giving, and one Atlanta woman went all the way to West Africa. How she has helped a devastated country get back on track.
And don't forget, we are streaming right now on the 11Alive YouTube channel. You can subscribe and join the conversation there in the community section. We've got more 11Alive news in prime time coming up after the break.
Ebola is often a deadly virus that has been off the radar for a while, since 4 Americans were diagnosed back 5 years ago in 2014. But in other countries, recovery is just beginning from epidemics that have killed tens of thousands.
And tonight we are hearing from an Atlanta woman who got a close look and went to East Africa to help. Our Hope Ford has her story.
Karil Guthrie is back in America after spending 9 months in Sierra Leone.
It's not a vacation.
Guthrie, a construction manager for Doctors Without Borders, helped build one of the largest hospitals in the country.
We literally raised the forest and started building a completely new hospital from scratch.
Sierra Leone has one of the world's highest maternal and childhood mortality rates. After 2014's Ebola outbreak that lasted for several years, Sierra Leone struggled to keep healthcare workers. Almost 4,000 people were killed in the epidemic.
Ebola is horrible. It's devastating, and to an entire country.
The 63-bed hospital is being built in several phases.
When I say build a building, we're building it from scratch, digging the foundations and building up to the roof.
And this was Guthrie's 7th assignment for Doctors Without Borders. She says each one provides a different eye-opening experience.
It didn't occur to me how privileged we were here in the U.S.
But she says in Sierra Leone, she saw firsthand what perseverance can look like. Not only is the country recovering from the Ebola epidemic, but also from a decade-long civil war.
Sometimes you see how well that they're progressing after some of the things that they've been through, and you think, wow, I don't even know if I could have done that.
Guthrie will take a few months off before signing a new contract with Doctors Without Borders, possibly heading to a new country.
It's a lot of hard work, but you get to see the fruits of your labor like immediately.
Well, our temperatures were a little backwards today. We told you yesterday that we would have the warmest air of the day today during the overnight hours and in the early morning hours. And that's what happened. We had our high temperature today of 64, but that was not in the afternoon. That was at around 2 o'clock in the morning when we were at 64 degrees. We held in the 60s for much of the overnight hours and early morning. hours. And then once that rain moved out and the front pushed through, those temperatures were falling through the rest of the day. In the afternoon, our highest temperature was actually, our lowest temperature was around 44 degrees, but now we've gone lower than that. We're going to be in the 30s for the rest of the evening hours, and even by the morning hours, we're going to start off right around the freezing mark or a little bit below that. Now, officially at Hartsfield-Jackson, we picked up about 1/3 of an inch of rain. Some areas picked up a little bit more that had some of those heavier downpours. So right now, our deficit is just at about 6.5 inches below where we should be in rainfall for the year. We're going to be watching these temperatures as we go through next hour and the rest of the evening hours. That's when we'll be in those upper 30s. And then overnight, watch these temperatures as they continue to fall. By tomorrow morning, we start off right around the freezing mark. I do think here in Atlanta we'll be at about 31 degrees for a low. Outside the city, we'll have a lot of these temperatures that will be just at or a little bit below freezing. So that's going to be a chilly start to the day on Wednesday. And it'll be slow to warm. When we get to the lunchtime hour, we're going to be in the lower 40s. And then by afternoon, only moving up to around between 44 and 47 degrees. I'm thinking with sunshine, these temperatures are going to be a little bit higher than what is reflected here on our forecast models. Now, the wind still going to be out there with us tonight. It's going to be gusting between 20 and 30 miles an hour at times. So I hope that you have anchored down those inflatables in any of your Christmas and holiday decorations out there, or they might get blown over into your neighbor's yard. And we'll still have some of those gusts in the morning. So when we're down to 31 degrees in the morning with the wind, it's going to make it feel even colder, like feeling like it's in the 20s there. We will see those winds dying down throughout the afternoon hours, back down to about 10 to 15 mile an hour wind gusts with the sustained winds. That'll be a little bit lower than that. So here's what to expect on the wazometer. On our scale from 1 to 11, where an 11 is a perfect day, we're going with an 8. We're going to have a lot of sunshine, but it's just going to be cold. A low of 31 and a high of 47 degrees. Those temperatures well below the average. So you can see here what we're watching through the overnight and evening hours. The freezing line comes down to the south. That means many of us will wake up to below freezing temperatures, and then no major weather systems moving our way. We're going to see quiet weather, mostly sunny skies here, not only for Wednesday, but also for Thursday too. Temperature Thursday morning down to 29, then we get up to 52 in the afternoon. By Friday, starting off at freezing, getting up to 54 with a few more clouds around. Here comes that rain chance heading into the weekend. We're watching an area of low pressure developing in the Gulf that will spread some rain our way, lingering into Sunday. The models kind of going back and forth on whether or not it's going to linger into Monday. As for now, I'm not putting rain chances in for Monday, but we may need to do that later. And then Christmas Eve, kind of mild. Temperatures around 64 with partly cloudy skies.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but that snow that's falling at SunTrust Park, that's the real deal. It's not from perhaps having too many cocktails during the holiday season. What you're saying is truth here. Crews powering up the snow machines at the Visa Big Air build. They will churn out more than 8 tons of snow before the weekend so Winter Olympic stars can show off their skiing and snowboarding skills before the huddled masses. We have more information on 11alive.com for what should be a very fun weekend in Cobb County.
Gun violence research and tobacco regulations, both some very big topics lately that will soon get federal dollars in action. They are part of the $1.4 trillion bipartisan spending deal that the House has just approved. Now, this congressional funding plan sets aside money for gun safety research for the first time in some 20 years. There's also funding for the president's border wall and some other topics that we've all been following for months. 2,300 pages, all totaling up to nearly $1.4 trillion in spending. The latest bipartisan spending deal could continue to fund the federal government with a few major highlights we haven't seen in years. $24 million will fund research on gun safety, with money split between the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, based here in Atlanta, and the National Institutes of Health. This would mark the first time since 1996 that federal dollars were used this way. Previously, the Dickey Amendment, passed by Congress at the urging of the NRA, or National Rifle Association, blocked the CDC from using money to, quote, advocate or promote gun control. It also cut dollars set aside to perform gun studies. Aside from gun safety, you'll find $1.4 billion for new barriers in President Trump's border wall battle, $425 million for states to upgrade their election systems, and extra money for the Census and Environmental Protection Agency. USA Today reports there's also a 3.1% raise for federal workers and funding to preserve strict restrictions related to abortion. The spending plan also includes a revision that would raise the legal age to buy tobacco products from 18 to 21 years old. It's a move that would impact not just traditional cigarettes, but electronic cigarettes or vape products as well. Right now, the Preventing Tobacco Addiction Foundation says 19 states and the District of Columbia have laws against selling tobacco to those under 21. That does not include Georgia. The budget plan will now head to the Senate, and with this bipartisan agreement, lawmakers have worked to prevent another government shutdown that would have come this weekend. NBC News reports President Trump is expected to sign it.
A local man is using his skill set to spread joy by making a one-of-a-kind gift for people. Here is Jay Plyburn with the story you'll see only on 11Alive.
We use pottery to create gifts. I feel like that's what God has placed his call upon my heart, is to make gifts for people. The first thing I got into was the ceramics studio in college at Kennesaw State. And I actually was not studying ceramics at all. The last time I had touched clay was, I think, 3rd grade. You know, when you make the little coil pots. It was like I had found an old best friend, a long-lost love. As an artist, I've had the privilege of making my gifts through the years for people at Christmas and birthdays. I haven't had a lot of money, so making the gifts has been a real pleasure. I had to ask the question, how is this going to serve people? And that was my prayers. God, how can this serve people and do something in people's lives that maybe something I'm not thinking about right now, right? Because to make money in an endeavor, it has to serve a real human need. The Apostle Paul said something interesting. He said, love honors others above itself. Through that verse, I felt like there was kind of like a lightning bolt in my heart, or like a light bulb went off. I asked, what would it be like if I made pottery that helped people honor the people in their lives? There's a deep human need for people to be appreciated, to be validated, to be affirmed for who they are, what they mean to people. It's such a deep source of encouragement, you know, when someone that you care about tells you what you mean to them and why. And I thought, man, if we could somehow capture that, put it into the pottery so people have like a living vessel, artifact, gift that artfully displays like what they mean to someone, that idea just lit me up. I was like, man, this will bring a lot of joy to people. And like, I think I'll have a lot of joy making these, and I was right. And so we started making some gifts for some people in our lives. Yeah, it just kind of went from there. Mugs and jars are probably, I'd say, the bread and butter. The gifts are so personal, I need to ask them questions about who they want to gift or what the situation is, right? And then we send them questions, they respond, and then we make the gift. So it's more of a personal interaction than something you can just go click and buy.
Very talented. Some beautiful stuff. The name of his business is New Creation Pottery, and you can learn more about those handmade gifts on myeastcobbnews.com. Social media is so much fun for keeping in touch with family and friends. Some researchers say it's also a useful tool to help you, well, to look a more svelte you in 2020. Is that true? Well, we'll take a look at it coming up next. In this digital age, just about everybody has a social media account, but a new study certainly is getting a lot of attention. It says that social media can help you lose weight. Is that true? Our sister station in Columbia, South Carolina, talked with some people who should know about this.
Dr. Bree Turner-McGreevy, Associate Professor in the Arnold School of Public Health, has been looking into how social media can play a role in someone's weight loss journey. She says joining Facebook groups focused on fitness can help you stay accountable for your ultimate goal.
We found when people were interacting on Facebook with one another in between our face-to-face meetings, about every 10 posts, comments, likes they would do on Facebook was associated with losing about 1 pound. The more people interacted, the more weight they lost.
There are many ways that people can benefit from being active on social media and in real life.
It's being reminded that you need to stay healthy. It's having other people, be able to support your weight loss goals and have a place that you can ask questions and, get feedback on how you're doing.
As important as exercise is in someone's weight loss journey, it's even more important to have the right diet, eat the right foods, and the right amount, especially over the holidays.
People tend to gain at least 1 pound or 2 over the holidays, and you may lose a little of that, but that's where we see the sort of weight gain that comes over each year. And so it's really a time when we tell our study participants, focus on maintain, don't gain.
Dr. Turner-McGreevy says it's okay to eat some of those holiday sweets, just in moderation.
Moderation is key there. Still ahead tonight, closure for a family decades later. Investigators cracking a cold case with DNA from a woman in Georgia.
Tonight, news that a major healthcare center is making some very big changes, and all of this just a few days before the holidays. Workers say that Wellstar AMC South has told employees it's closing its operating room for good beginning on Friday.
Workers told our Caitlin Ross that they were shocked by this news, and now they're wondering what's going to come next.
I just don't know how I'm going to go home and tell my kids that I'm going to be out of a job for the holidays. So heartbreaking.
This employee wants to remain anonymous because she doesn't know what she'll do next.
The big ones came in, and they didn't really seem to care. You know, there was no, I'm sorry.
She says everyone sat in the room in stunned silence after the announcement.
There's nurses, and there's scrub techs, and there's support staff that have been working there for 30 plus years, and that's all they've ever known.
This employee says 40 people who work in the OR could be placed at the Wellstar AMC location downtown, but a spokesperson for the hospital did not address that speculation directly. She told 11Alive, Wellstar is transitioning its surgical services from the Wellstar Atlanta Medical Center South Campus to our Wellstar Atlanta Medical Center downtown campus. While this move will improve how we serve our patients and communities, we understand it may cause disruption and have contacted those with scheduled procedures.
Trying to get downtown for a scheduled surgery is going to be a nightmare.
The Southside location will transfer people to the downtown location, which is 8 miles away. But with traffic, this employee says she's not sure the commute would be worth it.
I just don't know yet.
Wellstar AMC South says while its OR is closing, many other services will remain open, including its 24-hour emergency department. And this is not the only hospital recently consolidating services. We told you back in September how Children's Healthcare of Atlanta was ending rehab services in some suburban key locations. To read the hospital's explanation and the reaction from parents, you can look for the story in the As Seen on TV section of the 11Alive app.
On the eve of his expected impeachment, President Trump is fighting back. The president claims the House Speaker is committing an abuse of power by going ahead with the impeachment vote. His sharp words come while a House committee is debating rules for tomorrow's historic vote. NBC's Alice Barr reports from Washington.
Democrats and Republicans still fighting ahead of an historic House vote tomorrow, even though the outcome seems clear.
You will impeach him. You have the votes.
The Rules Committee setting how debate will go in the final decision over whether to impeach a president for the third time in American history.
This is about President Trump using his office to try and rig the next election.
On the eve of the vote, President Trump defending himself in a 6-page letter to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, decrying the process as an illegal partisan attempted coup and accusing her of declaring open war on American democracy.
They know it's a hoax, it's a witch hunt, and it's just a continuation. It's been going on now for almost 3 years.
The full House will vote on 2 articles of impeachment against President Trump, abuse of power for pressuring Ukraine to investigate his political rivals while withholding military aid, and obstruction of Congress, Republicans denying the president committed any crime.
There's no way this can or should be viewed as legitimate.
Republicans already looking ahead to a Senate trial where they'll run the show. Today, Majority Leader Mitch McConnell denied the Democrats' request to call White House witnesses.
What is Leader McConnell afraid of? What is President Trump afraid of? The truth?
It's not the Senate's job to leap into the breach and search desperately for ways to get the guilty.
Both sides readying for the next round before members of the House have played their role in a constitutional showdown.
Experts expect a marathon debate tomorrow before the full House vote, but in the end, nearly every Democrat is expected to vote for impeachment and every Republican expected to vote against.
A cold case cracked. The mystery weaves through a number of states before police finally do make an arrest. And this took about 40 years. Detectives in Colorado and Denver linked a Florida man to a murder thanks to a woman in Georgia and her DNA. It's a case investigators had waited decades to break.
We haven't won the Super Bowl, but we're now on the field inside the stadium.
Here we are today where we have an individual who is in custody.
Colorado investigators announcing the arrest of James Clanton. He is accused of raping and murdering a 21-year-old woman in the Denver area as she was on her way home from work in 1980. Detectives are crediting cutting-edge DNA analysis from assistance from Houston resident Jessie Still. She shared her DNA results online and then learned about her distant relation to Clanton over the summer.
To feel like
I was a small link, and them narrowing it down is, I don't even know. It's surreal, and it's emotional.
Still, she says that she wanted to help the family of the victim in any way that she could. She says she doesn't know Clanton. Their link is through extended family. Clanton was extradited from Union County, Florida, to the Denver area, where he will face numerous charges.
After a mild day yesterday with those showers and storms that rolled in overnight and early this morning, that milder air is now pushed down to the south, and it's being replaced by the colder air that's moving in. We've been feeling that throughout the day today. In fact, our high temperature occurred during the overnight hours at 64 degrees, and then throughout the day, those temperatures have been falling. And it's going to remain chilly tonight, and then during a big part of the day tomorrow, temperatures are going to be below average in the 40s. We will get even colder here by Thursday morning, but then in the afternoons for the next few days, and as we go toward the end of the week, we'll see some milder air that's going to start moving into our area with temperatures rebounding, moving up into the 50s. And then as we move into next week, the week of Christmas, temperatures even moving up into the 60s. We will see some rain chances that will be moving our way that will impact your weekend. We're going to time that out for you coming up.
Topping our speed feed tonight, police are searching for a man who pretended to be a cop and handcuffed a masseuse. Police say this man received a massage at Massage Angels on Woodstock Road in Roswell. That's when he suddenly handcuffed the masseuse and claimed to be a Roswell police officer. He then proceeded to perform what investigators called indecent acts. Roswell police say he does not appear to be part of their department. A major company facing a possible ransomware attack, Carrollton-based Southwire, has reportedly been hit by hackers who asked for Bitcoin worth $6.1 million. The company reported the attack earlier this month and immediately shut down its network. According to our partners at the Atlanta Business Chronicle, Southwire produces wire used in nearly 50% of new homes built in the United States. And the Senate passed an annual defense funding bill with provisions for paid paternal leave and the creation of a Space Force. The $738 billion bill provides 12 weeks of paid parental leave for federal workers. It also authorizes the launch of a Space Force. The bill also gives troops a 3.1% pay raise, the largest in a decade.
It is now possible to finish your Christmas shopping without ever entering the store. Our shopping habits have changed dramatically over the years, and it has led to an increase in gift returns. Our Y Guy's Jerry Carnes, and he is very good at connecting the dots.
1 out of every 10 Christmas gifts purchased last year went back to the store. Changes in the way we shop could lead to a record-breaking year in that regard. Here's the connection between our changing habits and gift returns. Atlanta-based UPS says online shoppers are already returning holiday purchases. The company is predicting their drivers will transport more than 1 million packages a day back to the store, a 26% increase over last year. UPS surveyed online shoppers and found that many like that retailers expedite shipping during the holidays, giving consumers plenty of time to return gifts. Holiday deals drive shoppers to buy gifts for themselves. UPS tells us online shoppers order a variety of sizes and styles with the intention of returning anything that doesn't fit or suit them. According to consumerworld.org, many big-name retailers have more lenient return policies during the holidays.
Coming up, a story about a Georgia nurse who's gone above and beyond the call of duty, why she chose to adopt her patient.
Lori Wood had only been caring for patient Jonathan Pinkard for a few days when she learned he wouldn't be able to receive a life-saving heart transplant.
It's because this young man with autism had no family to care for him, so Lori decided to be that person. Blaine Alexander has their story.
As a nurse in the ICU at Georgia's Piedmont Noonan Hospital,
some kind of medication.
Lori Wood has touched a lot of lives, but none have touched hers quite like Jonathan Pinkard. The 27-year-old with autism has been on his own since his grandmother died. Recently, as he was leaving work one day, something felt very wrong.
I just could hardly breathe.
The diagnosis, heart failure. His only option, a transplant. Jonathan had every requirement except one, family to care for him after surgery. Alone and out of options, Jonathan was dropped from the transplant list.
Somebody's got to step up to the plate, and I was going to be that person.
That's how Nurse Lori got a new name.
Miss Lori, or I call her Mama now.
Becoming Jonathan's legal guardian.
How quickly did you make that decision? 2 or 3 days. There was something in my heart that I just knew that he needed.
Months and a successful surgery later, Jonathan has barely skipped a beat, all settled in with Lori and her son.
She has went above and beyond for me, and I can't thank her enough for just bringing me into her life.
A new heart.
She has really saved me. She really has.
And a new family to fill it.
Well, those temperatures have been kind of backwards today with the warmer air overnight, and then they've been falling all throughout the afternoon, and they're going to continue to fall as we go through the rest of the evening hours tonight. We will see those temperatures in the 30s by next hour and into the 10 o'clock hour, upper 30s, and then around 37 at midnight, continuing to go down for the overnight hours. Notice that the clouds are going to start breaking up, and we'll see clearing skies overnight. That's actually going to help those temperatures to fall a little bit faster with any cloud cover. It's almost like taking a blanket off of the bed, and it releases any heat from inside there. So that's what's going to happen overnight. And I do think that we will dip down between 6 and 8 in the morning down to 31 for our low temperature with clear skies. We're going to see a lot of sunshine during the day tomorrow, but even with that sunshine, temperatures are going to be slow to warm. So here's what we're watching. We have those temperatures that are getting cold out there, waking up around freezing in the morning. Thursday morning, we're most likely going to be in the 20s to start the day, but at least we are drying out. We don't have that moisture around while these temperatures drop down to the freezing mark, but the moisture is going to be coming back as our temperatures moderate a little bit more, and that's good timing because we'll see some of those showers developing for the weekend, and it looks like it's all the liquid variety of precip that'll be moving our way with those temperatures that will be just a little bit warmer. It'll be a cold start, though, in the morning, 31 degrees, just a little bit below freezing. And I really think that most places, even outside the city, will be just a little bit below freezing as well. And then slow to warm, even though a lot of sunshine, mostly sunny skies, we'll have a little bit of a breeze, not blustery, but just a little bit of a breeze out there, and only getting up to 47 degrees in the afternoon. So on our scale from 1 to 11, where an 11 is a perfect day, we're going to go with an 8. It's going to look great, but it's just when you step outside, it's going to be feeling very chilly out there. So I want to skip ahead into the end of the week and the weekend because that's this next system that we're going to be watching that will move into our area. So just know that Wednesday and Thursday it's going to be dry, chilly in the morning, and then afternoons warming back up into the 50s. But now let me take you into Friday. You can see some clouds that are building here. We'll see clouds increasing during the day Friday, but I'm not expecting any rain yet. We're going to be watching an area of low pressure that's going to develop in the Gulf of Mexico and begin to spread moisture our way. The models are differing a little bit on just how much moisture we're going to get. This is the European model showing those showers moving in here for Saturday, scattered showers around, and then lingering into Sunday as well. I want you to know, be patient with us as we go toward the weekend and into Monday. This model's even lingering some showers in here on your Monday. For now, I'm not officially putting that into the forecast yet because it all depends on what happens with that area of low pressure. So dry weather for the next couple of days, Wednesday and also on Thursday, with temperatures that will be around 47 Wednesday, 52 on Thursday. Friday, those clouds increase. We're up to 54. By Saturday, we're going to see some showers developing. Again, this all depends on the track of that area of low pressure and how much moisture it brings our way. Right now, we think we will be drying out for the first part of Christmas week, but temperatures back up into the 60s next week.
Hi, I'm Deirdre Boza, and this is your CNBC News Now. The Dow, the S&P 500, and the Nasdaq posting a fifth straight day of gains. The Dow rising 31 points, the S&P up 1, and the Nasdaq gaining ground as well. U.S. manufacturing production rebounding more than expected last month. Factory output getting a boost from an almost 6-week-long strike at GM plants that ended in late October. Southwest becoming the latest airline to extend Boeing 737 MAX cancellations further into 2020. As it stands, Southwest has dropped flights through April 13th, American through April 7th, and United through March 4th. The news comes after Boeing announced it would halt MAX production yesterday, due in part to the FAA signaling it would not recertify the aircrafts before the year's end. And if you're a last-minute holiday shopper, like myself, there's one less item you'll be able to check off your list this year. Apple's AirPods Pro are hot this holiday season, and supplies are already sold out online. Apple has been out of stock since November, but now Best Buy, Walmart, Target, and Amazon are also fresh out of the wireless earbuds. And that is your news now.
So to come, Boeing announces it will stop production of its troubled MAX 737 jet. What this means for the company and the plane as it struggles to get approval from regulators. A huge setback tonight for Boeing. The company says it is suspending production of the still grounded 737 MAX. This after the FAA suggested it could be several more months before the plane is approved to fly again. NBC's Tom Costello has more.
Stacked up with nowhere to go outside of Seattle, 400 brand new 737 MAXs. Part of the global MAX fleet grounded since last March, and the 2 fatal crashes overseas that killed 346. No plane has ever been grounded for so long. Now Boeing says it's temporarily shutting down production of the MAX. No new planes will roll off the line. In a statement, the company says, "We believe this decision is least disruptive to maintaining long-term production system and supply chain health."
This is probably the biggest crisis that Boeing has faced in decades. And that's because its most popular plane, the 737 MAX, is now in a position where the company's not sure when it will fly again.
Boeing says it's not planning any layoffs or furloughs. Instead, it will shift employees to different work assignments. At the heart of the problem, a software system called MCAS that Boeing itself says played a role in the fatal crashes in Indonesia and Ethiopia. The MCAS software was added because the 737 MAX has heavier engines that can pull the nose of the plane up. MCAS was meant to level it down or trim the plane for normal flight. But the software misfired, pushing both planes into a death spiral. The Indonesian crew fought for control, but didn't even know about MCAS because Boeing hadn't told airlines or pilots. The FAA has been requesting more information about Boeing's proposed software and computer fixes. Yet the company was pushing the FAA to reapprove the plane for flight this month, even though it had not submitted all the paperwork. Last week, the FAA chief told Boeing's CEO to stop pushing.
I made it very clear that Boeing's plan is not the FAA's plan.
Boeing is not planning to furlough employees. The company hopes that 600 suppliers will do the same, since it will need those workers when production eventually starts up again.
Coming up next on Primetime, a local football star named the best in the country. We were there for that special moment, and a surprise he definitely was not expecting.
Tonight, a local high school football star has another award to add to his trophy case.
Marietta High School's Eric Gilbert was named the Gatorade National Football Player of the Year. 11Alive's Maria Martin was there for the moment, which included a special appearance from a familiar Falcon.
Win a state championship Saturday, get invited to play in the Geico Bowl Series in Vegas yesterday, and today Marietta tight end Eric Gilbert became the 2019 National Gatorade Player of the Year.
The hard work that I put in with my teammates, I mean, just to see all that come together now and then win the award like this is unreal.
I think the smile on his face kind of said it all. He was shocked. He's very appreciative, but that's kind of his personality. He's not going to do much more. So I think it was, you could tell he was excited.
It was Falcons quarterback Matt Ryan who was there to present the award today to the future LSU Tiger.
I don't know, that's unreal too, like he was right there. Like, what? I don't know, I was a little bit starstruck, not gonna lie.
To see kind of the joy of the entire school and how proud they are of him and what he's accomplished both on and off the field. Was fun to be a part of.
The prestigious award has been given to Peyton Manning, Emmitt Smith, 6 NFL first-round draft picks, 30 Pro Bowlers, and the list goes on.
It's a blessing and an honor to be on this list with them. Obviously, those are some great players. That just motivates me to work even harder to get to the level that they were on.
And to top it all off, Eric received the ultimate praise from the Dirty Birds' all-time leading passer.
I promise you this much, I'll be following his career and what he does down there, and hoping that he finds his way back to Atlanta for 3, 4, 5 years, something like that.
Well, Eric.
That sounds like a good plan to me, too.
He's just a teen. He seems like he's about 35 years old. He's so
he
mature.
Does. He's got that deep voice.
Together. And
such a long list of so many special athletes that he is now a part of. So good luck to him.
Yeah, the future is his, isn't it? Academically and athletically. He's got it all going.
And they talked to Nitish about all the charity work that he's done as well.
Yeah, fantastic young man. He has some big shoes to fill, it sounds like.
He'll do great.
I'll be looking forward to where he ends up.
Yeah.
All right. All right, it is almost 9 o'clock, and we have a lot coming up next on 11Alive News Primetime. An increase is coming to power bills, while you'll be shelling out more money in 2020 if you're a Georgia Power customer. A tradition of giving back has been bringing smiles to children for generations, and now it runs in the family. How being Santa's helper became a big family affair.
11Alive News Primetime on the ATL starts now.
First at 9 tonight, the CDC warns about an infection linked to pet stores puppies. The agency says the outbreak has sickened 30 people in 13 states, with 1 confirmed case right here in Georgia. Among those infected, 21 reported having contact with a puppy, and 15 of those said the puppy they had contact with was from a pet store. Additionally, the Atlanta-based CDC noted that 12 of those 15 individuals were linked to Petland, that is a national pet store chain. Take a look at this map posted on the CDC's website. While most states only have 1 or 2 cases, Minnesota residents accounted for 6. There were also 5 Ohio residents who were infected. Lab evidence indicates the bacteria from this outbreak is closely related to bacteria in a similar outbreak from 2016 linked to pet store puppies. In January of last year, the CDC declared that outbreak was over after it infected 113 people. Pet owners should take steps to stay healthy around their pet, including washing your hands after touching your puppy, after handling their food, and after cleaning up after them. You can download the 11Alive News app to read more about the strain that's being blamed for the infection. Look for it in the As Seen on TV section. Tonight, a shakeup at the Georgia Department of Driver Services following a federal lawsuit. It accuses the DDS of violating the Civil Rights Act by engaging in race-based stereotyping and implicit bias against Puerto Ricans. It's a story we've been following since the summer, and our Elwin Lopez has an update tonight.
A statement from the DDS says that the deputy director of the DDS Office of Investigative Services was terminated, and the director of that same department has resigned and been demoted to a non-law enforcement role. In addition to that, the DDS says that the, quote, Puerto Rican interview guide should never be used by DDS staff under any circumstances. The guide is mentioned in that lawsuit, and in it, a claim suggesting it was used to question Puerto Rican driver's license applicants. Some of the questions include, quote, what a meat field with plantain fritter is, and where a specific beach is located, and the name of the frog that is native only to Puerto Rico. Questions that, according to the lawsuit, Other out-of-state license holders didn't have to answer. The lawsuit also alleges DDS kept a Puerto Rico man, Kenneth Caban Gonzalez, license and paperwork to check for fraud. 11Alive spoke to his attorney, Jerry Weber, over the summer.
As far as we know, this is the only state that has this set of crazy requirements for Puerto Rican American citizens.
Weber, who is with the Southern Center for Human Rights, told 11Alive that if Puerto Rican natives who move to Georgia can't get a driver's license or state ID, they can't vote. At the time, the now former Puerto Rico governor, Ricardo Rosselló, asked Governor Brian Kemp to address the, quote, disturbing irregularities immediately. Now, today, a motion was granted in federal court here in Atlanta to stay the proceedings for 30 days until January 30th.
More than 100 kids out of a single metro Atlanta school as the flu season hits Georgia earlier and even harder than usual this year. At Crabapple Lane Elementary in Fayette County is hardly alone in its battle to try to keep the virus in check. A pediatrician offered Deborah Tuff some tips for parents.
And the last I heard, there was 167 kids out today. I would hope that maybe they would close the school.
Nicole Fowle's son goes to Crabapple Lane Elementary in Fayette County. He's not sick, but she pulled him out so he won't get sick.
It's unfortunate, it really is, but you don't know you've got it until you've got it.
Crabapple Principal Margaret Davis sent out a letter urging parents to keep their sick child at home. Dr. Manji Singh from Tri-County Pediatrics says she's seen her fair share of patients with the flu.
I've seen a pickup with our flu cases. We've seen a lot of children coming in being flu positive for both flu A and flu B.
And what's going on in Fayette County is a trend across the state. According to the Georgia Department of Health, flu has wreaked havoc for the past 3 weeks. Since late September, 204 people have been hospitalized from the flu, and it's resulted in 2 deaths. Fowle says school officials told her there are both strains of flu at Crabtree. Dr. Singh says strain A attacks the GI tract and is a lot worse. B, she says, is usually upper respiratory.
But it's never too late to get the flu vaccine. Good hand washing. If you do have the flu, stay home. Do not expose other people.
And they're worried that people don't know their kids are sick and they're going to take them out into the community.
Now, if you've had the flu before, then you know just how terrible it can be. And for kiddos, it is even worse. So here are some more tips from the CDC to ensure kids stay healthy inside the classroom. First, make sure your child's school, child care program, or college has an outbreak protocol plan. Every school should have a quarantine location for those sick children. Schools should also routinely clean frequently touched areas and have a supply of tissues, soap, and wipes. And like the doctor told Deb, the best way to prevent the flu is to go ahead and get that flu shot yourself.
I'm meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11Alive Storm Trackers. We're live with you on our 9 o'clock primetime newscast on the ATL. At the same time, you see my phone right here. I'm live on Facebook Live talking to my followers right now, and a lot of them are giving me reports of what they see in their area. In fact, we have a report from Jennifer Taylor saying, "Burr, it's really cold in Carrollton right now." Tracy Mall says, "Hey Chris, it's cold in Decula." We also have Cindy Thomas saying hello. Claudia Fiera says, "So cool in Lawrenceville." Lupita Townsend says Stockbridge is windy. We have 40 degrees from Caroline French and breezy in Taylorsville. And we also have other comments, one from Michigan right now saying that it's snowing in Michigan. Thank goodness we don't have that here. We have had a couple reports. Jerry Jameson up at Sassafras Mountain in North Georgia reported a couple of snow flurries. We had a couple of snow flurries reported over in the Bowden area as well. It's nothing showing up here on radar, and I don't want you to freak out when you hear about just a couple of snow flurries around. What's happening is as this cold air comes in, it's squeezing out any remaining moisture from the clouds, and some of that is coming in the form of a couple of snow flurries in the area. I'll take you down to the south, and you can see the storms that we had last night, and then the rain that we had during the day has moved well down to the south. Here's a look at the bigger picture. Let me show you what we're watching out there for the rest of the nighttime hours. It is cold. We're at 41 degrees right now in Atlanta. We are going to be in the 30s in the next hour. We already have 30s up in North Georgia, and these temperatures will continue to fall tonight. We'll be down at freezing or even a little bit below freezing by morning. Stay with us. We'll let you know when it's going to warm up and if we'll see rain coming in for the weekend.
If you are a Georgia Power customer, then you want to hear this. Those customers will see their monthly bills go up starting as early as next month. That begins our speed feed tonight. The Georgia Public Service Commission approved the rate hike today, according to our partners at the Atlanta Business Chronicle. It's effective from January 1st, 2020 through December 31st, 2022. The average household will see their monthly bill go up by about $5.89 a month. Georgia Power says the increase is necessary for improvements and to help with storm relief. Critics say the higher rates will hurt lower-income customers.
College sports always needs to be about students playing other students, not about hired employees playing other hired employees.
It's been a controversial issue. The NCAA president met with members of a Senate panel today to discuss pay for college athletes. A handful of states have already adopted laws to allow student athletes to be compensated for the use of their names, images, as well as their likeness. But there's still a lot to decide here, including how much athletes can earn and how to ensure players in less visible sports are not excluded. Amazon is blocking third-party sellers from using FedEx ground services to deliver Prime shipments. They can still use FedEx Express to fulfill orders, but FedEx says this limits options for small businesses. Amazon is trying to build its own shipping network and ended its partnership with FedEx earlier this year. And in a few weeks, Hartsfield-Jackson will be smoke-free. So what does this mean for smokers traveling through the world's busiest airport in 2020? Our Jennifer Bellamy explains.
This all comes following an ordinance passed earlier this year by the city of Atlanta. Cigarettes, cigars, or e-cigarettes will be off limits inside bars, restaurants, workplaces, hotels, and motel rooms, and other enclosed public spaces. And starting January 2nd, that will include Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. The biggest change that you will see will be designated smoking areas at the airport. Smoking rooms inside the airport will be closed, and employees and travelers will now have to smoke outside, which means they'll have to go through security again to get back inside the terminal. We spoke with one smoker who says the changes really aren't that big of a deal to him.
A lot of people don't like smoking, so I think it's all right. It ain't gonna bother me.
Now, out of the 35 busiest airports in the country, Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson is one of only 5 that still allows any smoking inside. And to make sure everyone is aware of the change, signs for the new areas will be posted outside of the dozen smoking rooms inside the airport. And to help smokers with the changes, the airport will be passing out free nicotine lozenges to people over 18 through January 31st.
The plan is to have the state's new computerized voting system ready for the 2020 presidential primary by March. But if that fails, the state elections board is taking steps to have hand-marked backup paper ballots ready to go. 11Alive's Doug Richards explains why there's been such a big push for all of this.
I want to implore you not to set up your local county election boards for failure.
The room at the Capitol was packed and full of skepticism about the rollout of the state's new voting system.
A trustworthy paper trail. You do not have that.
We need a solid contingency plan.
Their fear is that the state won't be ready to use its new Dominion voting system computers for the 2020 presidential primary election, early voting for which is less than 90 days away.
You spent 31 hours watching polls?
Yeah, which was so interesting.
Some of them, like Liz Troop and Eileen Akamura,
I went to 11 different locations.
Said they had observed the pilot elections conducted last month in Bartow, Paulding, and a few other counties, which state officials had described as a success.
I saw 2 different completely separate systemic failures of the poll pads, which are the new way that the workers access the poll books.
The whole process of voting on the ballot marking devices takes so much longer than anybody was expecting.
The state is in the process of delivering 33,000 voting machines like the ones set up Monday at the King Center in Atlanta, plus ballot scanners and poll pads to Georgia's 159 counties.
We had problems in 2018. You're coming up with a new machine, and you've got to solve this.
Thursday's Democratic presidential debate will go on as scheduled. This is after a labor dispute appears to be resolved. Last week, a food workers union threatened to strike at Loyola Marymount University in Los Angeles. Senators Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders vowed they would not cross picket lines to attend that debate, and the other candidates soon followed suit. But now the union has reached a tentative deal with management. As of now, all 7 qualifying candidates will take the stage on Thursday night. The last debate of 2019, hosted by PBS NewsHour and Politico, begins at 8 p.m. You will find more on the big political issues impacting you and your family right now on 11alive.com, and we will continue to bring you updates in the weeks and months leading up to next year's presidential election. Still to come, we verify if UPS employees need to use their own vehicles to make sure no one's upset on Christmas. And we have Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb, the hardest working man in weather, live on Facebook right now, taking your weather questions. You can join the conversation right now on his Facebook page, and we will catch up with him just a little bit later in the break, after the break. And don't forget, we are streaming right now on the 11Alive YouTube channel. You can subscribe and join the conversation in the community section. We have got more 11Alive news in prime time after the break. It feels like winter, and millions are dealing with the effects of a massive winter storm right now. Snow and ice from the Midwest through the Northeast, deadly tornadoes across the South. And as Jay Gray explains, the assault from Mother Nature isn't over quite yet for some.
Snow covers much of the Northeast right now, while across the South it's debris that litters the ground, remnants from a string of tornadoes, close to 24 that ripped across Alabama, Louisiana, and Mississippi.
It was just total chaos, and we just had to make do the best we could.
At this school in Alexandria, Louisiana, students and faculty survived by scrambling into a church next door as a twister splintered their classrooms.
The destruction it causes, it just turns your life upside down.
At least 3 lives were lost during the December tornadoes, while the massive winter storm brings snow and ice to communities from the Midwest through the eastern seaboard. Mangled cars lining roadways after hundreds of wrecks and at least 9 traffic deaths across the region.
Ice just very quickly turns the roads over into a dangerous situation.
A situation that's expected to continue as the storm moves to the northeast, bringing with it more rain, snow, and ice. And winter doesn't officially begin until this weekend.
Hold on. Hey everybody, you just saw me or heard me talking here as I'm doing my Facebook Live on my Facebook page, Chris Holcomb, 11Alive. If you're watching on WATL right now and you want to see some kind of behind the scenes stuff, go to my Facebook page and you can see this Facebook Live where I'm talking to folks here, reading some of their questions. Dale Warren says, wasn't ready after work for the cold, didn't have my winter coat on. We talked about yesterday how the warmest air of the day would be in the morning and then colder in the afternoon. So yeah, those temperatures did fall during the day. Let's see here. Melissa Sabarin says, Chris, I hate the cold weather. Lynn Fox says hello, please. We have Michael Druckman saying it's cold outside. All right, let me break away from those comments for just a second from Facebook Live and show you what we're watching here. Dry weather, that's good. We've had a couple of reports from folks on Facebook Live, like I mentioned earlier, of still some folks reporting a little bit of mist and drizzle, and even a couple of spotty reports over in North Georgia of a couple of snow flurries coming down. With this cold air blowing in here and the remaining clouds, it's squeezing out any leftover moisture in the atmosphere in the form of a little bit of mist and drizzle and maybe even a couple of snow flurries, not causing any problems though. I'll take you down to the south and you can see the rain that is left over down here along the Georgia coastline, and that is now pulling away from the coast and will continue to move out and away from us, and we just have the drier air and colder air now that is coming in behind this system, and we're going to be entering into a drier pattern over the next couple of days. Let me take you out there now, and you can see on the bigger picture what we're watching. Look at these temperatures. Now, we're at 41 degrees right now in Atlanta. We have many areas outside the city that are already in the 30s. You can see what we're watching here in Carrollton, with temperatures that are at 37 degrees. We have 39 right now in the Duluth area. Other cold air out there as well in Canton 39, Blairsville 35, Clayton 37. And it feels colder out there than that because we have some wind around. These are sustained winds, 15-mile-an-hour winds in Atlanta, 20-mile-an-hour winds in Peachtree City, 17-mile-an-hour winds in Marietta, and they're gusting higher than that. So that, of course, makes it feel colder. It feels like it's 33 here in Atlanta, feels like it's 27 in Carrollton, feels like the upper 20s also in Blairsville and Clayton. So it's a really chilly night out there. We'll watch these temperatures continuing to fall overnight, and by tomorrow morning, I do think a lot of us are going to be waking up to temperatures at or maybe a degree or two below freezing. We'll be around 31, 32 in Atlanta, 31 in Carrollton, 32 in the Peachtree City area. And even with sunshine during the day tomorrow, it is going to be really slow to warm, up into the lower 40s by lunchtime. Highs tomorrow, this model is saying 44. I think it'll get up to about 47 with our high temperature tomorrow afternoon and a morning low of 31. So on our scale from 1 to 11, where an 11 is a perfect day, we're going to go with an 8 on the wasometer with that mostly sunny sky. We're going to be dry for Wednesday and also on Thursday. But I want to skip ahead to Friday to help you plan for your weekend because we're going to see an area of low pressure developing here in the Gulf of Mexico. And as that moves up closer to the coast, it's going to spread some showers in here on Saturday. Not raining all day, just scattered showers Saturday. And much of our weekend forecast is going to be dependent on what happens with this area of low pressure. We do think showers will extend into Sunday. This model even has a few showers holding on into early on Monday. I'm not calling for that yet, but we may be fine-tuning that forecast over the next couple of days here. So dry and cold for Wednesday and also on Thursday. Then we're going to see a few more clouds on Friday with high temperatures up to 54 degrees. Rain chance with that area of low pressure coming up to 40% on Saturday, 50% on Sunday with high temperatures that'll be in the 50s. And right now I'm calling for drier weather to move in on Monday. If that low holds on a little bit longer, we may have to include some rain chances for Monday. But right now, Christmas Eve looks dry, partly cloudy, and also warm with high temperatures in the mid-60s as we get closer to Christmas Day.
Well, the holiday rush is here as customers wait for their online orders to land on their doorstep. So how are delivery companies dealing with all of that? Liza Lucas verifies whether UPS is using employees' personal vehicles to assist with the Christmas crunch.
The deadline for deliveries is on, and with the push to get packages to customers on time, we've seen questions about whether UPS is using drivers and personal vehicles to get the job done. We even heard it was happening right here in Atlanta, so let's verify. UPS says during peak holiday season, the company does everything they can to be as flexible as possible so that they can deliver for customers. That means using full-time, part-time, and seasonal employees. The company says the majority of deliveries are made in the well-known branded vehicles with UPS uniformed drivers. But the holiday brings more helpers. UPS verified some jobs are done by seasonal employees who drive their own personal vehicles. The gig offers flexibility plus helps UPS deal with increased workload. According to UPS, these drivers are specially trained and their vehicles are confirmed to be appropriate for their routes. Those drivers still wear a standard UPS uniform. And as a reminder, the company says UPS does not deliver directly into homes. Drivers are never instructed or permitted to cross a threshold into a residential property. We also checked in with FedEx. The company says the majority of deliveries are completed using a FedEx branded vehicle, telling us during the holiday season, rental vehicles may also be added to help with package volume. FedEx employees will wear a photo ID badge when making deliveries. Have you seen a viral claim that needs a closer look? Have another question? Reach out to us via Facebook, Twitter, or via email at verify@11alive.com.
By any means necessary to get those packages delivered. Well, Santa looked a little different this afternoon inside a local Target. He was decked out in blue and he wore a badge.
All right, let's go. Onward! Onward, here we go.
Marietta Police hosted nearly 50 students as a part of their Shop with a Cop event. Thanks to community donations, they were able to check off items on the kids' holiday list. They even brought out their canine officer, decked out with reindeer antlers. He looks a lot like Rudolph there.
But it's a fantastic opportunity just to build that community between the local children and the police serving their community, get a chance to go out and fill those Christmas lists, get some gifts for their family.
Marietta PD says this annual event has doubled in size. Santa was inside the store greeting everyone while the Marietta High School choir sang carols. It's 3 well-known letters in some parts of Atlanta, and when a local artist decided to use EAV to give back to the community, she didn't realize just how popular it would be. Living in East Atlanta has become more about an address. It's a way of life. Artist Tracy Sampson quickly learned about the EAV movement. It's something she showcased on her latest art project during Small Business Saturday. A button with 3 letters. Little did she know, her plan to give back to the community caught on in a big way.
I wanted to have something to give out for Small Business Saturday, so I decided to create a EAV button. We always are looking for, we have stickers and all sorts of things, and we've been kind of having a running, not a joke, but kind of a running funny about our mascots. So I decided, instead of us having to figure out or decide on a mascot, why don't I just put all three of them on something that kind of shows us for Small Business Saturday. And so I decided on buttons. Easy to wear, easy to carry, easy to deal with, and part of the proceeds go to our East Atlanta New Year's Eve fireworks and rooster drop. For Small Business Saturday, I only ordered about 60 or so buttons, 65 I think, just to see. I didn't know how our Small Business Saturday would turn out. I wasn't sure how receptive people would be. You know, sometimes we artists, we just never know if they're gonna like something that we like. And people were interested. They actually came by my pop-up in front of the T-shirt lady on that Saturday, and I sold out of them. And so that was pretty awesome. I felt really good about that. I will say that East Atlanta and East Atlanta Village, they really support their own, which is wonderful. And so I have found a great group of people to work with and be friends with. And the atmosphere itself is so creative that it kind of makes you want to do better and be more creative. I was really excited that it went over so well. I, again, wasn't sure, so I did not know. But I'm really happy that everyone seems to respond to them well. So I'm glad that I'm able to donate some proceeds to our wonderful event, as well as giving I love seeing the community actually wearing them. I was at the East Atlanta Community Association potluck dinner and meeting the other night, and someone was wearing my button, and so that was pretty cool. I really enjoyed seeing that. So.
Well, after only printing a modest amount for her first run of buttons, Tracy has already run out of her second batch and is taking orders for the third. She's currently taking suggestions from friends and neighbors to see what else she can slap on the unofficial new logo. Good luck to her. 39 years without answers. Now new DNA technology has cracked a cold case with the help of a Georgia woman. New tonight, the GBI is trying to generate new leads in the case of a missing woman dating back more than a decade. This is a photo and a sketch of Anita Renee Davis. Friends and family knew her as Nene. She was last seen in 2007 in DeKalb County. Investigators are hoping someone can come forward with information on her disappearance and her death. We have the number if you can call if you have any information on this case. It's up on 11alive.com. Tonight, news at a major healthcare center is making big changes just days before the holiday. Workers say Wellstar AMC South just told employees it's closing its operating room for good on Friday. Workers told Caitlin Ross they were shocked by the news. Now they're wondering what comes next for them.
I just don't know how I'm going to go home and tell my kids that I'm going to be out of a job for the holidays. So heartbreaking.
This employee wants to remain anonymous because she doesn't know what she'll do next.
The big ones came in, and they didn't really seem to care. You know, there was no, I'm sorry.
She says everyone sat in the room in stunned silence after the announcement.
There's nurses, and there's scrub techs, and there's support staff that have been working there for 30-plus years, and that's all they've ever known.
This employee says 40 people who work in the OR could be placed at the Wellstar AMC location downtown, but a spokesperson for the hospital did not address that speculation directly. She told 11Alive, Wellstar is transitioning its surgical services from the Wellstar Atlanta Medical Center South Campus to our Wellstar Atlanta Medical Center downtown campus. While this move will improve how we serve our patients and communities, we understand it may cause disruption and have contacted those with scheduled procedures.
Trying to get downtown for a scheduled surgery is going to be a nightmare.
The Southside location will transfer people to the downtown location, which is 8 miles away. But with traffic, this employee says she's not sure the commute would be worth it.
I just don't know yet.
Wellstar AMC South says while its OR is closing, many other services will remain open, including its 24-hour emergency department. This isn't the only hospital recently consolidating its services. We also told you about in September how Children's Healthcare of Atlanta was ending rehab services in some of their key locations. To read the hospital's explanation and the reaction from parents, look for the story in the As Seen on TV section of the 11Alive app. A cold case cracked the mystery that weaves through several states before police finally made an arrest nearly 40 years ago. Detectives in Colorado linked a Florida man to a murder thanks to a woman in Georgia and her DNA. It's a case investigators have waited decades to crack.
We haven't won the Super Bowl, but we're now on the field inside the stadium.
Here we are today where we have an individual who is in custody.
Colorado investigators announcing the arrest of James Clanton. He's accused of brutally raping and murdering a 21-year-old woman in the Denver area as she was on her way home from work back in 1980. Detectives are crediting cutting-edge DNA analysis and assistance from a Houston resident, Jessie Still. She shared her DNA results online and learned about her distant relation to Clanton over the summer.
I feel like I was a small link, and them narrowing it down is, I don't even know. It's surreal, and it's emotional.
Still says she wanted to help the family of the victim any way she could. She says she doesn't know Clanton. Their link is through extended family. Clanton was extradited from Union County, Florida to Colorado, where he'll face numerous charges. On the eve of his expected impeachment, President Donald Trump is fighting back. The president claims the House Speaker is committing an abuse of power by going ahead with the impeachment vote. His sharp words come while a House committee is debating rules for tomorrow's historic vote. NBC's Alice Barr reports from Washington.
Democrats and Republicans still fighting ahead of an historic House vote tomorrow, even though the outcome seems clear.
You will impeach him. You have the votes.
The Rules Committee setting how debate will go in the final decision over whether to impeach a president for the third time in American history.
This is about President Trump using his office to try and rig the next election.
On the eve of the vote, President Trump defending himself in a 6-page letter to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, decrying the process as an illegal partisan attempted coup and accusing her of declaring open war on American democracy.
They know it's a hoax, it's a witch hunt, and it's just a continuation. It's been going on now for almost 3 years.
The full House will vote on 2 articles of impeachment against President Trump, abuse of power for pressuring Ukraine to investigate his political rivals while withholding military aid, and obstruction of Congress, Republicans denying the president committed any crime.
There's no way this can or should be viewed as legitimate.
Republicans already looking ahead to a Senate trial where they'll run the show. Today, Majority Leader Mitch McConnell denied the Democrats' request to call White House witnesses.
What is Leader McConnell afraid of? What is President Trump afraid of? The truth?
It's not the Senate's job to leap into the breach and search desperately for ways to get the guilty.
Both sides readying for the next round before members of the House have played their role in a constitutional showdown.
Experts expect to see a marathon debate tomorrow before the full House vote, but in the end, nearly every Democrat is expected to vote for impeachment and every Republican expected to vote against it.
Well, we saw those temperatures today that were dropping throughout the afternoon hours. And we were talking about last night how the warmest air of the day for today would be overnight and early this morning. We had our high of 64 degrees at about 2 o'clock in the morning, and then we held in those lower 60s for much of the morning hours. So when you were heading out to work, it was in the 60s. I had a couple of folks mention on my Facebook Live earlier saying that they were unprepared for the colder air this afternoon because when they went to work this morning, it was so warm, but then when they came home, it was a lot colder. These temperatures started falling after 10 o'clock into the 50s, lower 50s at 12, 50 at 1, and then into the 40s for the rest of the afternoon and into the evening hours. And these temperatures will continue to drop tonight, where we're going to see those temperatures in the 30s overnight and then dropping to around freezing early in the morning. We still have a few clouds around out there. Those clouds will clear out overnight, and that will set the stage for these freezing temperatures for those early morning hours. Stay with us. We'll see yet another really cold morning here on Thursday, even colder than in the morning, but then we gradually warm up a little bit. I'll tell you about that and more on this area of low pressure developing into the Gulf and how it's going to spread some rain in here for the weekend.
Topping our speed feed tonight, police are looking for the man who pretended to be an officer and handcuffed a masseuse. Police say this man received a massage at Massage Angels on Woodstock Road in Roswell. That's when he suddenly handcuffed the masseuse and claimed to be a Roswell police officer. He then proceeded to perform what investigators call, quote, indecent acts. Roswell police say he does not appear to be part of their department.
Hi, I'm at Cumberland Mall. There was just an incident where there was a gunshot fired. The weapon is beside us. So wait, where at Cumberland Mall? Yes, and there's someone bleeding on the floor right now. Yes. Where at Cumberland Mall, ma'am?
For the first time, we are hearing the 911 calls from a shooting at Cumberland Mall. Cobb County Police were flooded with nearly 100 calls on Saturday after shots were fired in the food court, injuring a man. Bystanders immediately tried to run and hide, fearing for their lives. 2 teenagers are both charged in connection with the shooting. Police say the violence stemmed from an argument and was not over shoes, as people have claimed online. One twin is now in custody accused of attacking a woman with a frying pan, but police are still looking for the other sister. Tyra Faison was taken into custody sometime between last night and this morning. The Clayton County Sheriff's officers say she and her twin sister, Kyra, attacked the other woman last week, then stole her car, keys, and phone. If you have seen Kyra, let the Sheriff's office know. It's now possible to finish your Christmas shopping without ever stepping into a store. Our shopping habits has surely changed over the years, and it's led to an increase of gift returns. Jerry Carnes is connecting the dots.
1 out of every 10 Christmas gifts purchased last year went back to the store. Changes in the way we shop could lead to a record-breaking year in that regard. Here's the connection between our changing habits and gift returns. Atlanta-based UPS says online shoppers are already returning holiday purchases. The company is predicting their drivers will transport more than 1 million packages a day back to the store, a 26% increase over last year. UPS surveyed online shoppers and found that many like that retailers expedite shipping during the holidays, giving consumers plenty of time to return gifts. Holiday deals drive shoppers to buy gifts for themselves. UPS tells us online shoppers order a variety of sizes and styles with the intention of returning anything that doesn't fit or suit them. According to consumerworld.org, many big-name retailers have more lenient return policies during the holidays.
Hey, how are the boys and girls today?
Next, Santa makes a sweet surprise to children who need a little extra holiday cheer.
How would you like to share screen time with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? We'll tell you about the casting call for his latest Netflix movie. That's in the A-Scene.
Gun violence research and tobacco regulations, both big topics lately that will soon get federal dollars and action. They're part of the $1.4 trillion bipartisan spending deal the House just approved. This congressional funding plan sets aside money for gun safety research for the first time in some 20 years. There's also funding for the president's border wall and other topics you've been following for months.
2,300 pages, all totaling up to nearly $1.4 trillion in spending. The latest bipartisan spending deal could continue to fund the federal government with a few major highlights we haven't seen in years. $24 million will fund research on gun safety, with money split between the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, based here in Atlanta, and the National Institutes of Health. This would mark the first time since 1996 that federal dollars were used this way. Previously, the Dickey Amendment, passed by Congress at the urging of the NRA, or National Rifle Association, blocked the CDC from using money to, quote, advocate or promote gun control. It also cut dollars set aside to perform gun studies. Aside from gun safety, you'll find $1.4 billion for new barriers in President Trump's border wall battle, $425 million for states to upgrade their election systems, and extra money for the Census and Environmental Protection Agency. USA Today reports there's also a 3.1% raise for federal workers and funding to preserve strict restrictions related to abortion. The spending plan also includes a revision that would raise the legal age to buy tobacco products from 18 to 21 years old. It's a move that would impact not just traditional cigarettes, but electronic cigarettes or vape products as well. Right now, the Preventing Tobacco Addiction Foundation says 19 states and the District of Columbia have laws against selling tobacco to those under 21. That does not include Georgia.
The budget plan will now head to the Senate, and with this bipartisan agreement, lawmakers have worked to prevent another government shutdown that would have come this weekend. NBC News reports President Trump is expected to sign it.
Well, I'm going to start you off tonight with a live look at our tower cam. This is at SunTrust Park. You want a little bit of snow? Well, look at that. They're making the snow at SunTrust Park right now. It's all part of the Big Air ramp, the big activity that's taking place there this weekend on Friday and Saturday. They're making 800 tons of snow. This is a time lapse showing that snowmaking process on the ramp right now. And you can see that snow kind of piling up a little bit with the snow blowers here. And it's going to be interesting to really watch this system. They've been making that snow all day today. Then they shovel some of it around a little bit, move it around a little bit. And then they have other snow blowers that come on as well to get that snowmaking process going. Thank goodness our temperatures are colder tonight. It would be much harder to make this snow if it was in the 60s, but we're going to see these temperatures tonight falling down into the 30s, so it is going to be conducive for that snowmaking. Now, last night we were in the 60s, and overnight we were in the 60s. We had our high today at 2 in the morning when it hit 64 degrees. Our low so far, 42. We're now down to 41, so that's going to go down again. And last night and early this morning, we had about 1/3 of an inch of rain, and our rainfall deficit right now is about 6.5 inches below where we should be in rainfall. So the cold air is in place. The rain is gone. Last night, we were tracking those storms that were on the way. Tonight, we're watching the cold air moving in. 41 in town, 37 in Carrollton and Canton, 35 in Blairsville, 37 in Clayton, other 30s, excuse me, in Gainesville, Duluth, Dalton. So it's a chilly night out there, and we do have a bit of a wind as well, and that's really helping these temperatures to get cold. We'll be around 31, 32 in the morning. At least we have dry air in place. Now, we have had a couple of folks on my Facebook Live earlier reporting in these areas where we still have some clouds, this colder air is squeezing out any remaining moisture with that. We've had a couple of spotty reports of snow flurries over North Georgia, but nothing accumulating or causing any problems. We will see the return of moisture coming in this weekend. That's going to give us a better chance for some rain around. And that's coming in from an area of low pressure that's developing in the Gulf of Mexico. On our scale from 1 to 11 for tomorrow, we're going to go with an 8 on the wasometer, a really cold low of 31 and a high of 47, a lot of sunshine. And here's that freezing line. Watch tonight as that freezing line moves down to the south. It hangs with us for a little bit, and then it retreats back up to the north with those temperatures tomorrow with that sunshine moving there into the 40s. So it'll be dry, chilly the next couple of days, especially in the mornings. Thursday morning, we're down to 29, and then highs near 52. Back up to 54 on Friday, but a few more clouds build in. That area of low pressure in the Gulf is going to spread some moisture our way on Saturday and into Sunday. I want you guys to be patient with us for the weekend and even into Monday, because we're going to be fine-tuning this forecast. It all depends on exactly where that area of low pressure decides to track. It's really hard to pinpoint that right now because it hasn't really even developed yet, but we do think it'll spread some rain here on Sunday, hopefully drying out Monday. And then Tuesday, it looks dry, but also warm with temperatures up to about 64 degrees, just in time for Santa to come to town.
It's time for the A Scene, your one-stop shop for all things entertainment in Georgia. So what do you get a person who already has everything? How about $500,000? That's what Cardi B got her husband, Migos rapper Offset, for his 28th birthday. She surprised him by placing the money in the fridge. If that's not love, I don't know what is. All right, next up, new casting for a new music video being shot by rapper Drake and Atlanta's own Future. You must be available today and tomorrow. Casting directors are looking for kitchen staff who look like chefs, ages 20 to 40, both men and women. They're also seeking phone store patrons, any ethnicity, men and women, no visible tattoos. You get paid $200 and get to work with the best in the game. Head to 11alive.com/theAscene for all of the submission details. And calling all prison guards, the Netflix thriller Red Notice, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, is looking for male actors between the ages of 25 and 60 with Asian, Hispanic, or Pacific Islander ethnicity. The casting will take place on January 15th at Atlanta Metro Studios in Union City. The actors will be paid $125 for 8 hours. For more of The A-Scene, make sure you visit the website, 11alive.com/theAscene, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram and tweet us. Use that hashtag, The A-Scene.
This is a story about a tradition of giving generations in the making. Curry Gale has spent 25 years doing what he watched his family do growing up, giving time and a care to children.
How are the boys and girls today?
For 25 years, this Santa has brought some magic to the kids at the day rehab program at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
Good, all right.
He knows each of their medical challenges.
Especially working on really hard on using his left hand.
And encourages them to keep going.
To his left side.
When he was a kid, he'd watch his grandfather convince switchboard operators to help him call children on Christmas Eve to be Santa's helper.
All right.
This Santa will tell you he may bring the presents.
All right, I'll take the paper. 5 years old. Big girl, okay.
But he receives the gift.
Special when you can see their eyes light up. Yeah. I never will forget the first time that I did it. I made it as far as Roswell Road. And I pulled over and the floodgates opened. It's a joy that's just beyond description, really. I mean, when I see it in their eyes, I know what they're feeling. I like to think I brighten their day, but they make my Christmas.
You know, for all the fun and joy you hear about over the holidays, it's also a time of stress and strain for a lot of people. So one police department in South Atlanta decided some unconventional traffic stops might help some folks out.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
All right, how you doing, man? You know why I stopped you today? First of all, I'd like to wish you an upcoming Merry Christmas. And on behalf of the Fairmont Police Department, lunch will be on us today.
Are you serious?
Yes, ma'am.
Fairborn police officers have been surprising drivers by handing out $10 Chick-fil-A gift cards during quote-unquote fake traffic stops. The department says the cards are 100% funded by donations. The chief started the effort last year as a way to give back and build a connection between police and the community. We'll be right back. The East Cobb Senior Center will now be known as the Tim Lee Senior Center. Cobb County Commissioners unanimously approved the decision last night. Tim Lee became the District 3 Commissioner in 2002, then the Chairman in 2010. One of his most notable achievements was bringing SunTrust Park and the Braves out to Cobb County. Lee died in September. The signage will be changed in the next few weeks, followed by an official ceremony.
Well, it's cold out there and getting colder. We're down to 31 degrees in the morning with a high tomorrow of only 47. It's going to be mostly sunny, but not very warm. We're down to 29 Thursday with a high of 52. A few more clouds Friday. Then watching some showers coming in Saturday and Sunday. And right now, as we go into Christmas week, it's looking pretty warm with highs in the 60s.
I like that. Warm Christmas. All right, we will see you back here in just a little bit with Jeff.
"11Alive News Primetime on the ATL starts now.
Tonight, a warning from police. Another fake cop is out there, a phony who tried to slap handcuffs on a worker at a massage parlor.
So far, Roswell police have only this to go on right now. They have a blurry security video, and this individual targeted a masseuse during a massage.
And what he did next, police are not giving us much information at this point, but they are calling it sexual abuse. John Sherrick is on the story for us tonight.
It was this past Thursday night at this shopping plaza on busy Woodstock Road in Roswell. A man walked into this business, Massage Angel, ordered a massage, paid for it, and halfway through the session with a masseuse, a woman,
he got off the table.
And police say he suddenly became aggressive.
Stated that he was a Roswell police officer.
He became criminally aggressive.
Attempted to arrest the masseuse. He tried to handcuff her.
Roswell police officer Sean Thompson says the woman at first might have been afraid she'd done something wrong and that maybe he was an undercover officer. What did he do then?
Performed an indecent act in front of her.
Then left, drove away. Security cameras captured only blurry images of him, but clear enough for police to confirm he is not a Roswell police officer. Detectives have issued a bulletin to massage businesses across Metro Atlanta to see if the same man might have targeted them, a warning in case he tries to strike again. In recent fake cop cases, someone posing as a police officer has blue lights and maybe even a fake badge and tries to pull people over to assault them. Police always advising people, if they're suspicious, don't stop, but slow down, turn on your flashers, call 911. This time police say the victim had no way to get away. They want to find out who the man is and stop him fast.
We don't want people going around just saying they're a police officer, trying to arrest people.
They want to catch this man before he can attack again and possibly hurt his next victim.
One twin is now in custody, accused of attacking a woman with a frying pan. Police are still looking for the other sister. Tyra Faison was taken into custody sometime between last night and this morning. The Clayton County Sheriff's Office says she and her twin sister, Kyra, attacked the other woman last week. They stole her car keys as well as her phone. If you have seen Kyra, let the Sheriff's Office know.
Hi, I'm at Cumberland Mall. There was just an incident where there was a gunshot fired. The weapon is beside us.
Okay, where at Cumberland Mall?
Yes, and there's someone bleeding on the floor right now. Yes.
Where at Cumberland Mall, ma'am?
For the first time, we're hearing the 911 calls from the shooting at Cumberland Mall. Cobb County Police, they received 100 calls on Saturday. Shots fired in the food court, injuring a man. Bystanders immediately try to run and hide for their lives. A frightening experience none will ever forget. Two teenagers, both charged in connection with the shooting. Police say this violence stemmed from an argument. It was not over shoes, as many have claimed on social media.
Historic developments as Congress provides millions of dollars to try to prevent gun violence in the future. For the first time in more than 20 years, the Centers for Disease Control will study the issue. Ryan Kruger joins us with the story. And Ryan, this seems like welcomed research as we've had so many mass shootings, but two Georgia lawmakers were behind this movement.
Yeah, that's right. And they actually come from both sides of the aisle. Representative Lucy McBath of the Atlanta area. Of course, she's been an outspoken advocate for gun control. She helped lead the way in the House. Meanwhile, retiring Senator Johnny Isakson, he fought for money in the Senate.
The time has passed for my son. The time has passed for others like my son.
Lucy McBath's rise to political fame started when her son Jordan was shot and killed 7 years ago. In 2018, she wrote a wave of support for new gun laws right to Washington.
Every day, nearly 100 people are killed in suicides, homicides, and accidents involving guns. But we have not invested nearly enough in preventing these deaths.
Tuesday, the House voted to fund more than $20 million to study gun violence. Atlanta-based CDC and the National Institutes of Health will split the funding, the first time something like this has happened in more than 2 decades. Rewind the clock back to 1996. House Republicans, encouraged by the National Rifle Association, blocked the CDC from using federal money to advocate or promote gun control. But times have changed. McBath joined a wave of freshman Democrats who ran on the promise of fighting for gun control. And over in the Senate, which is expected to vote on the bill later this week, retiring Republican Senator Johnny Isakson had pushed for 3 times as much funding, but his proposal would be for the CDC to research all mass violence, including deaths by knives, explosives, and even cars. And today's vote comes during changing opinions on guns, including here in Georgia. A recent 11Alive Survey USA poll found voters support new gun laws in certain cases, such as domestic violence and assault weapons.
More than 100 children at a single Metro Atlanta school are out as the flu season hits Georgia earlier and harder than usual. Crabapple Elementary is in Fayette County. It's hardly alone in its battle to try to keep the flu virus in check. A pediatrician offered Deborah Tuff some tips for parents.
And the last I heard, there was 167 kids out today. I would hope that maybe they would close the school.
Nicole Fowle's son goes to Crabapple Lane Elementary in Fayette County. He's not sick, but she pulled him out so he won't get sick.
It's unfortunate, it really is, but you don't know you've got it until you've got it.
Crabapple Principal Margaret Davis sent out a letter urging parents to keep their sick child at home. Dr. Manji Singh from Tri-County Pediatrics says she's seen her fair share of patients with the flu.
I've seen a pickup with our flu cases. We've seen a lot of children coming in being flu positive for both flu A and flu B.
And what's going on in Fayette County is a trend across the state. According to the Georgia Department of Health, flu has wreaked havoc for the past 3 weeks. Since late September, 204 people have been hospitalized from the flu, and it's resulted in 2 deaths. Fowle says school officials told her there are both strains of flu at Crabtree. Dr. Singh says strain A attacks the GI tract and is a lot worse. B, she says, is usually upper respiratory.
But it's never too late to get the flu vaccine. Good hand washing. If you do have the flu, stay home. Do not expose other people.
And they're worried that people don't know their kids are sick and they're going to take them out into the community.
Well, the rain has cleared out, but it's getting kind of chilly.
Oh man, it is cold.
Yeah.
You know, I could feel the wind coming off Lake Erie tonight. That's
how cold it is.
You know, it is that cold, biting wind that we have out there, and there's still a little bit of moisture left behind. Now, we don't have any precip showing up on radar right now, but there are still a few clouds around before they break up tonight, and those clouds still have a little bit of moisture with them. And the cold air is wringing out any leftover moisture. We've had a couple of spotty reports over North Georgia. Again, nothing really major, but just up at Sassafras Mountain, up at Sky Valley, of just a couple of snow flurries that have been coming down. They're not causing any issues. It's just a couple of blowing little flurries around. Now, most of the moisture is well down to the south now. This is what's left of that system that we were tracking last night that was moving into our area that caused the showers and some thunderstorms last night. Severe weather down in central and south Georgia today with a tornado in Irwin County that caused some damage. Now that that moisture has moved out, the cold air is literally blowing in here now with windy conditions. Look at this. It's 34 in Blairsville, 37 in Carrollton and in Canton, 39 in Marietta. More 40s here from Atlanta and on the south side. But it is going to be really cold tonight with those temperatures that move down to around freezing and even below freezing in the morning. Mix that with the wind and it feels even colder. We're going to show you some of those wind chills and how it's going to be even colder here for Thursday morning. I'll let you know when it warms up and tell you about an area of low pressure that's developing in the Gulf and how that will impact the weekend with a little rain.
We are looking forward to when it warms up. Thanks, Chris. News at a major healthcare center is making big changes just days before the holiday. Workers say Wellstar AMC South just told employees it's closing its operating room for good on Friday. Workers told Caitlin Ross they were shocked by that news, and now they're wondering what comes next.
Yeah, really difficult news for them. This was all happened, it all ended in just 10 minutes. People who work there say they were told Monday in a short staff meeting their department was closing down for good.
I just don't know how I'm going to go home and tell my kids that I'm going to be out of a job for the holidays. So heartbreaking.
This employee wants to remain anonymous because she doesn't know what she'll do next.
The big ones came in and they didn't really seem to care. You know, there was no, I'm sorry.
She says everyone sat in the room in stunned silence after the announcement.
There's nurses and there's scrub techs and there's support staff that have been working there for 30 plus years, and that's all they've ever known.
This employee says 40 people who work in the OR could be placed at the Wellstar AMC location downtown, but a spokesperson for the hospital did not address that speculation directly. She told 11Alive, Wellstar is transitioning its surgical services from the Wellstar Atlanta Medical Center South Campus to our Wellstar Atlanta Medical Center Downtown Campus. While this move will improve how we serve our patients and communities, we understand it may cause disruption and have contacted those with scheduled procedures.
Trying to get downtown for a scheduled surgery is going to be a nightmare.
The Southside location will transfer people to the downtown location, which is 8 miles away. But with traffic, this employee says she's not sure the commute would be worth it.
I just don't know yet.
Wellstar AMC South says while its OR is closing, many other services will remain open, including its 24-hour emergency department, inpatient care, critical care unit, behavioral health services, and imaging and lab services.
The plan is to have the state's new computerized voting system ready for the 2020 presidential primary in March. But if that fails, the state elections board is taking steps to have hand-marked, backed-up paper ballots ready. 11Alive's Doug Richards explains why there is a big push for this.
I want to implore you not to set up your local county election boards for failure.
The room at the Capitol was packed and full of skepticism about the rollout of the state's new voting system.
A trustworthy paper trail. You do not have that.
We need a solid contingency plan.
Their fear is that the state won't be ready to use its new Dominion voting system computers for the 2020 presidential primary election, early voting for which is less than 90 days away.
You spent 31 hours watching polls?
Yeah, which was so interesting.
Some of them, like Liz Troop and Eileen Akamura,
I went to 11 different locations.
Said they had observed the pilot elections conducted last month in Bartow, Paulding, and a few other counties, which state officials had described as a success.
I saw two different, completely separate systemic failures of the poll pads, which are the new way that the workers access the poll books.
The whole process of voting on the ballot marking devices takes so much longer than anybody was expecting.
The state is in the process of delivering 33,000 voting machines like the ones set up Monday at the King Center in Atlanta, plus ballot scanners and poll pads to Georgia's 159 counties.
We had problems in 2018. You're coming up with a new machine, and you've got to solve this.
On the eve of his expected impeachment, President Donald Trump is fighting back. The president claims the House Speaker is committing an abuse of power by going ahead with the impeachment vote. His words come while a House committee is debating rules for tomorrow's historic vote. NBC's Alice Barr reports from Washington.
Democrats and Republicans still fighting ahead of an historic House vote tomorrow, even though the outcome seems clear.
You will impeach him. You have the votes.
The Rules Committee setting how debate will go in the final decision over whether to impeach a president for the third time in American history.
This is about President Trump using his office to try and rig the next election.
On the eve of the vote, President Trump defending himself in a 6-page letter to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, decrying the process as an illegal partisan attempted coup and accusing her of declaring open war on American democracy.
They know it's a hoax, it's a witch hunt, and it's just a continuation. It's been going on now for almost 3 years.
The full House will vote on 2 articles of impeachment against President Trump, abuse of power for pressuring Ukraine to investigate his political rivals while withholding military aid, and obstruction of Congress, Republicans denying the president committed any crime.
There's no way this can or should be viewed as legitimate.
Republicans already looking ahead to a Senate trial where they'll run the show. Today, Majority Leader Mitch McConnell denied the Democrats' request to call White House witnesses.
What is Leader McConnell afraid of? What is President Trump afraid of? The truth?
It's not the Senate's job to leap into the breach and search desperately for ways to get the guilty.
Both sides readying for the next round before members of the House have played their role in a constitutional showdown.
And experts expect a marathon debate tomorrow before the full House vote. But in the end, nearly every Democrat is expected to vote for impeachment and every Republican expected to vote against it.
Claims of discrimination when it comes to obtaining a Georgia driver's license, how the state is now responding.
Tonight, a shakeup at the Georgia Department of Driver's License Services following a federal lawsuit. It accuses the DDS of violating the Civil Rights Act with race-based stereotyping and implicit bias against Puerto Ricans. It is a story we've been following since the summer, and our Elwin Lopez has an update.
Yeah, a statement from the DDS says that the deputy director of the DDS Office of Investigative Services was terminated, and the director of that same department has resigned and been demoted to a non-law enforcement role. In addition to that, the statement says that the, quote, Puerto Rican interview guide should never be used by DDS staff under any circumstances. The guide is mentioned in that lawsuit, and in it, a claim suggesting it was used to question Puerto Rican driver's license applicants, according to the lawsuit. Some of the questions that were included in an oral exam, quote, what a meat filled with plantain fritter is, and where a specific beach is located, and the name of the frog that is native only to Puerto Rico. Questions that the lawsuit claims other out-of-state license holders didn't have to answer. The lawsuit also alleges that DDS kept a Puerto Rican man, Kenneth Caban Gonzalez, license and paperwork to check for fraud. 11Alive spoke to his attorney, Jerry Weber, over the summer.
As far as we know, this is the only state that has this set of crazy requirements for Puerto Rican American citizens.
With the Southern Center for Human Rights told 11Alive that if Puerto Rican natives who move to Georgia can't get a driver's license or state ID, they can't vote. At the time, the now former Puerto Rico governor, Ricardo Rosselló, asked Governor Brian Kemp to address the, quote, disturbing irregularities immediately. And today, a motion was granted in federal court in Atlanta to stay the proceedings for 30 days until January 30th.
I'm meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11Alive Storm Trackers. You know, our temperatures were kind of backwards today. We had our high temperatures overnight when it was 64 degrees at 2 o'clock in the morning, and then we held in the 60s for much of the overnight hours and early morning hours. That's when we had that rain that came through. And then look what happened once the cold front pushed through. It moved the rain out. Look at these temperatures as they started falling into the afternoon hours. By 3 o'clock, we were at 46 degrees. Those temperatures continued to drop, and right now we are in the lower 40s, even moving down into the upper 30s. And by morning, we're going to be down into the low 30s, right around the freezing mark, or even a little bit below. You can see here on our maps, before I overlay the temperatures, the blue color, which is indicating that really cold air that's in place. We're just barely holding on to 40 right now in Atlanta. We do have 30s, more of those 30s on the north side in Carrollton, Marietta, Duluth, Canton, Gainesville, Dalton, Blairsville, and Clayton. Covington, you're in the 30s. A few more of these 40s here on the south side, and over in Athens, it is also 41 degrees. We have that wind, and that's making it feel colder. Right now we have 17-mile-an-hour winds. Most places have those winds between 10 and 20 miles an hour, a little bit closer to about 15 to 16-mile-an-hour winds. Those are the sustained winds. We have some higher gusts that are kind of, a little more gusty at times. So with that wind, and with those temperatures around 40, it makes it feel like it's 31 here. It makes it feel like it's in the 20s in Duluth and Gainesville, Carrollton, Covington feeling like the 20s up in North Georgia, Dalton, Blairsville, and Clayton feeling like the 20s as well as in Gainesville. And then we're going to watch these actual temperatures tonight as they continue to fall in the morning. Now this model just updated saying 33. I really think it's going to be around 31 in the morning here in town, and a lot of temperatures in the outlying areas that'll be right around the freezing mark. And then once we get into the lunchtime hour, lower 40s. It will top off in the afternoon, 44 to 47, all depending on that sunshine. We're going to have a lot of that sun, and I do think that we would get up to about 40, 47 degrees for a high here after a morning low of 31. Plenty of sunshine on our scale from 1 to 11, where at 11 is a perfect day. We're going to go with an 8 on the wasometer. Now, we're going to have dry weather on Wednesday and also on Thursday. I'm going to skip ahead to Friday because we're going to be watching this system that's developing in the Gulf of Mexico that is going to eventually bring us some rain as we head into the weekend. On Friday, we're going to have the clouds that are building in. Here comes that low right down here in the Gulf. As it's developing there, it's going to start, excuse me, spreading moisture up into North Georgia in the form of scattered showers on Saturday. Now, the weekend forecast is going to be very dependent on the strength of this low and the track of the low. If this tracks more to the north, it's going to bring us more showers here for Sunday and even maybe lingering into Monday. This model's thinking that this would linger into Monday. The GFS shows the low more down to the south, which would give us fewer showers and keep more of the showers more to the south of us. So we'll be fine-tuning this forecast for you as we head into the weekend. This is how we see it right now. Dry and chilly Wednesday and Thursday morning, especially in those morning hours. Afternoon highs Wednesday at 47, then 52 Thursday. A few more clouds on Friday. Here comes that rain on Saturday. Scattered showers, also into Sunday showers. I'm taking the rain chances out for Monday, but we may have to add those back in depending on that low. And then on Tuesday, partly cloudy skies on Christmas Eve and a little warm with highs near 64.
How would you like to share screen time with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? We'll tell you about the casting call for his latest Netflix movie. That's in the A Scene. It's time for the A Scene, your one-stop shop for all things entertainment in Georgia. So what do you get a person who already has everything? How about $500,000? That's what Cardi B got her husband, Migos rapper Offset, for his 28th birthday. She surprised him by placing the money in the fridge. If that's not love, I don't know what is. All right, next up, new casting for a new music video being shot by rapper Drake and Atlanta's own Future. You must be available today and tomorrow. Casting directors are looking for kitchen staff who look like chefs, ages 20 to 40, both men and women. They're also seeking phone store patrons, any ethnicity, men and women, no visible tattoos. You get paid $200 and get to work with the best in the game. Head to 11alive.com/theAscene for all of the submission details. And calling all prison guards, the Netflix thriller Red Notice, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, is looking for male actors between the ages of 25 and 60 with Asian, Hispanic, or Pacific Islander ethnicity. The casting will take place on January 15th at Atlanta Metro Studios in Union City. The actors will be paid $125 for 8 hours. For more of the A Scene, make sure you visit the website 11alive.com/theAscene, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram and tweet us. Use that hashtag the A Scene.
I'm thinking of going out for that Drake casting.
Are you?
Yeah, I think I got what it takes.
I'm totally supportive of you.
Do you know who Drake is?
I do indeed.
Okay.
I mean, come on. Come on. That's not.
You gonna spit at least one lyric, Jeff?
You know what? I don't have to do anything tonight. Other than know that he was a basketball star that I follower of the Toronto team.
He was.
Yeah.
He is from Toronto.
Yeah.
Well, that does it for me. I am
it's a quiz.
going to get ready for Up Late tonight, where Jeff is going to be rapping Drake.
No.
No.
Natisha, thank you. Here's what's coming up on the ATL. A school resource officer is out of a job after video shows him body slamming an 11-year-old. Next, why the boy's parents say firing the officer, it's not enough. We'll be right back. A school resource officer in North Carolina now out of a job tonight after a video showed him body slamming a student multiple times. As NBC's Morgan Chesky reports, it is the latest incident involving a school officer's use of force.
Tonight, it's the video capturing a stroll down a North Carolina school hallway ending in an alleged assault. A school resource officer caught body slamming an 11-year-old boy to the ground, not once, but twice.
As a school system, as an administrator, as a district, we're disappointed. As a community, we're embarrassed.
The surveillance video not capturing audio, but giving the department enough evidence to fire the officer.
I never seen anything like that in my life.
The boy's grandfather says the impact of the body slam left the 11-year-old temporarily unconscious and stresses firing the officer isn't enough.
I would ask him a simple question: do you have children? Would you like me to grab your son and throw your son against the wall and slam your son head first on a hard concrete? He could have killed my grandson.
The incident, the latest in a string of assaults on students by school staff, just last month in Florida.
It's embarrassing, okay?
Video caught a deputy grabbing a 15-year-old girl, later taking her down. The officer charged with child abuse. Justice this boy's family is now fighting for.
We asked if he be charged with everything they can charge him with.
Tonight, the officer in North Carolina now facing a misdemeanor at minimum with potential jail time. If this boy has lasting injuries, a more serious charge will be coming his way. A cold case cracked. The mystery weaves through several states before police finally make an arrest nearly 40 years later. Detectives in Colorado linked a Florida man to a murder thanks to a woman in Georgia and her DNA. It's a case investigators have waited decades to crack.
We haven't won the Super Bowl, but we're now on the field inside the stadium.
Here we are today where we have an individual who is in custody.
Colorado investigators announcing the arrest of James Clanton. He is accused of raping and murdering a 21-year-old woman in the Denver area as she was on her way home from work in 1980. Detectives are crediting cutting-edge DNA analysis and assistance from Houston resident Jessie Steele. She shared her DNA results online and learned about her distant relation to Clanton over the summer.
But to feel like I was a small link in them narrowing it down is, I don't even know. It's surreal and it's emotional.
She says she still wanted to help the family of the victim any way that she could. She says she doesn't know Clanton, though their link is through extended family. Clanton was extradited from Union County, Florida to Denver, where he will face a number of charges. We now know the names of the 11 and 18-year-old boys shot in Buckhead while sitting on their front porch. 18-year-old Sergio Zamora and 11-year-old Giovanni Zamora Hernandez both ended up in the hospital. The shooting happened at a home on Peachtree Avenue on Saturday night. Police say the shooting stemmed from an ongoing dispute among students from the same school, but they have not said much more than that, nor have they identified any suspects. Both victims are expected to be okay. Georgia Power customers will see their monthly bills go up starting as early as next month. The Georgia Public Service Commission approved the rate hike today. According to our partners at the Atlanta Business Chronicle, it's effective from January 1st, 2020 through December 31st, 2022. The average household will see their monthly bill go up by about $5.89 a month. Georgia Power says the increase is necessary for improvements and to help with storm relief, but critics say the higher rates will hurt lower-income customers. A huge setback for Boeing. The company says it's suspending production of the still grounded 737 MAX after the FAA suggested it could be several more months before that plane is approved to fly again. Here's NBC's Tom Costello.
Stacked up with nowhere to go outside of Seattle, 400 brand new 737 MAXs. Part of the global MAX fleet grounded since last March, and the two fatal crashes overseas that killed 346. No plane has ever been grounded for so long. Now Boeing says it's temporarily shutting down production of the MAX. No new planes will roll off the line. In a statement, the company says, "We believe this decision is least disruptive to maintaining long-term production system and supply chain health."
This is probably the biggest crisis that Boeing has faced in decades, and that's because its most popular plane, the 737 MAX, is now in a position where the company's not sure when it will fly again.
Boeing says it's not planning any layoffs or furloughs. Instead, it will shift employees to different work assignments. At the heart of the problem, a software system called MCAS that Boeing itself says played a role in the fatal crashes in Indonesia and Ethiopia. The MCAS software was added because the 737 MAX has heavier engines that can pull the nose of the plane up. MCAS was meant to level it down or trim the plane for normal flight. But the software misfired, pushing both planes into a death spiral. The Indonesian crew fought for control, but didn't even know about MCAS because Boeing hadn't told airlines or pilots. The FAA has been requesting more information about Boeing's proposed software and computer fixes. Yet the company was pushing the FAA to reapprove the plane for flight this month, even though it had not submitted all the paperwork. Last week, the FAA chief told Boeing's CEO to stop pushing.
I've made it very clear that Boeing's plan is not the FAA's plan.
Boeing is not planning to furlough employees. The company hopes its 600 suppliers will do the same, since it will need those workers when production eventually begins anew. It's now possible to finish your Christmas shopping without ever entering a store. Our shopping habits have changed over the years, and it has led to an increase in gift returns. Here's Jerry Carnes connecting the dots.
1 out of every 10 Christmas gifts purchased last year went back to the store. Changes in the way we shop could lead to a record-breaking year in that regard. Here's the connection between our changing habits and gift returns. Atlanta-based UPS says online shoppers are already returning holiday purchases. The company is predicting their drivers will transport more than 1 million packages a day back to the store, a 26% increase over last year. UPS surveyed online shoppers and found that many like that retailers expedite shipping during the holidays, giving consumers plenty of time to return gifts. Holiday deals drive shoppers to buy gifts for themselves. UPS tells us online shoppers order a variety of sizes and styles with the intention of returning anything that doesn't fit or suit them. According to consumerworld.org, many big-name retailers have more lenient return policies during the holidays.
Social media is great for keeping in touch. Some researchers say it's also a useful tool to help you lose some weight. But is that true? You'll find out next.
Our temperatures continue to fall, and by tomorrow morning, we are going to be right around freezing or even a little bit below, and it's even colder for Thursday morning. We'll break down those temperatures for you coming up.
Tough Falcon season, but a couple of players have earned spots in the Pro Bowl. You will guess who they are. Sports is coming up next. What appeared to have been a violent kidnapping is over tonight. A teenage girl in New York is safe after she was grabbed by two men, sparking an Amber Alert. But was it all a hoax? We get more now from NBC's Stephanie Gosk.
There is no audio and the images are grainy, but the terror of the moment is unmistakable. Two men jump out of a car in the Bronx and grab a 16-year-old as she walked down the sidewalk next to her mother. The video released by police shows the late-night struggle. Her mother tried to fight off the men, according to police, but was pushed to the ground, the car racing off with the young girl inside. Tonight, a turn few saw coming. Police sources tell NBC News they are investigating the possibility it was all staged. The 16-year-old may have orchestrated her own kidnapping. But this morning, there were still fears she was abducted. An Amber Alert issued, the neighborhood shaken.
I walk here all the time, and the fact that she got taken away right in front of her mother is something that's like, oh my God, so scary. And I was getting messages from my family.
They found the girl.
But then late this afternoon, someone spotted the teenager walking down the street.
She was by herself. She crossed the road. She went directly to the driver's side window of the police vehicle, and she was trembling and shaking. You could see she was really shooken up.
The police called the family. They found her. A mother's worst nightmare is over, while there's a chance her daughter's legal troubles are only just beginning.
In this digital age, just about everybody has a social media account, but a new study is certainly raising a few eyebrows. It says that social media can help you lose weight. Is there any truth in that? Our sister station in Columbia, South Carolina, talked with experts to find out.
Dr. Bree Turner-McGreevy, associate professor in the Arnold School of Public Health, has been looking into how social media can play a role in someone's weight loss journey. She says joining Facebook groups focused on fitness can help you stay accountable for your ultimate goal.
We found when people were interacting on Facebook with one another in between our face-to-face meetings, about every 10 posts, comments, likes they would do on Facebook was associated with losing about 1 pound. The more people interacted, the more weight they lost.
There are many ways that people can benefit from being active on social media and in real life.
It's being reminded that you need to stay healthy. It's having other people, be able to support your weight loss goals and have a place that you can ask questions and, get feedback on how you're doing.
As important as exercise is in someone's weight loss journey, it's even more important to have the right diet, eat the right foods, and the right amount, especially over the holidays.
People tend to gain at least 1 pound or 2 over the holidays, and you may lose a little of that, but that's where we see the sort of weight gain that comes over each year. And so it's really a time when we tell our study participants, focus on maintain, don't gain.
Dr. Turner-McGreevy says it's okay to eat some of those holiday sweets, just in moderation.
Santa looked a little bit different this afternoon inside a local Target. He was decked out in blue and wore a badge.
All right, let's go. Onward! Onward, here we go.
Onward, here we go. Marietta Police hosted nearly 50 students as part of their Shop with a Cop event. Thanks to community donations, they were able to check off items on the children's holiday list. They even brought out their canine officer decked out with reindeer antlers.
But it's a fantastic opportunity just to build that community between the local children and the police serving their community, get a chance to go out and fill those Christmas lists, get some gifts for their family.
Marietta Police Department says this annual event has doubled in size. Santa was inside the store greeting the children and shoppers, while the Marietta High School Choir sang carols for everyone.
Those temperatures have been dropping ever since this morning and afternoon. After the cold front moved our way, we had our warmest air of the day during the overnight hours. Right now, we're at 40, just barely holding on to those low 40s right now. A lot of other places, though, outside the city are in the 30s, like Covington, Carrollton, Duluth, Marietta, up in Dalton, Canton, Gainesville, Blairsville, Clayton in the 30s. But with the wind, it feels even colder, like it's in the 30s. We're going to watch these temperatures overnight fall even more. Now, we have a few clouds still out there right now. Those clouds will continue to clear out. We'll see those clearing skies, and that will actually help those temperatures fall a little bit more. I do think that we'll get down to around 31 degrees between the 6 and 8 o'clock hour in the morning with those clear skies. We're going to have a lot of sunshine, but it's really going to be slow to warm. At 10 o'clock, we'll only be at about 36 degrees, and then by noon, we'll be around the 40-degree mark. So those temperatures, they're getting cold. We're feeling it. We've been feeling it throughout the afternoon and evening, and thankfully, we're drying out as that rain moved out of the area this morning. We still have a couple reports of a little bit of mist and drizzle in some areas. It's this cold air is wringing out any last bit of moisture in those clouds. Even some reports of a couple of snow flurries up at Sky Valley, Sassafras Mountain, and other scattered areas, but those flurries aren't causing any issues. We will see more moisture coming in as we head into the weekend, thanks to an area of low pressure that's developing in the Gulf. That's going to give us a few more showers around. So on the wasometer for Wednesday, even though we're going to be clearing out, we'll have a lot of sunshine, these temperatures are going to be a lot colder than where we should be. So on our scale from 1 to 11, we're going with an 8 on the wasometer. Watch tonight how this blue line sags down to the south. That's the freezing line. These are the areas north of that line where we're going to see those freezing temperatures. That retreats, moves up to the north. We'll be up into only the 40s for highs on your Wednesday with mostly sunny skies. Back to below freezing again here on Thursday. I even think we'll see some upper 20s on Thursday morning, but then more sunshine around. No weather systems moving our way. It's when we get into the weekend that we'll be watching an area of low pressure developing in the Gulf of Mexico. It's going to spread a few more clouds in our area on Friday and eventually some moisture on Saturday and even into Sunday. Now this track or this rain chance all depends on this track, and the strength of that low, depending on where it goes, will determine exactly where that rain shield is. So just know we're most likely going to be fine-tuning these forecasts. As of right now, the models aren't in agreement on exactly who's going to get rain and how long it's going to stick around. So based on what we're seeing right now, this is what we're expecting. Dry conditions, chilly mornings, cold mornings. Wednesday and Thursday. We're up to 47 Wednesday, 52 Thursday, 54 Friday with a few more clouds. Then those showers developing Saturday into Sunday. We think they'll be exiting Monday. And then Tuesday, dry, partly cloudy with those temperatures warmer than average next week as we head toward Christmas. We'll be in the lower 60s.
This is a story about a tradition of giving generations in the making. Curry Gale has spent 25 years doing what he watched his family do growing up, giving time and a care to children.
How are the boys and girls today?
For 25 years, this Santa has brought some magic to the kids at the day rehab program at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
Good, all right.
He knows each of their medical challenges.
He's working on really hard on using his left hand.
And encourages them to keep going.
To his left side.
When he was a kid, he'd watch his grandfather convince switchboard operators to help him call children on Christmas Eve to be Santa's helper.
All right.
This Santa will tell you he may bring the presents.
All right, I'll take the paper. 5 years old. Big girl. Okay.
But he receives the gift.
Special when you can see their eyes light up. Yeah. I never will forget the first time that I did it. I made it as far as Roswell Road. And I pulled over and the floodgates opened. It's a joy that's just beyond description, really. I mean, when I see it in their eyes, I know what they're feeling. I like to think I brighten their day, but they make my Christmas.
Tuesday night sports, it has been a tough season for the Falcons. I don't need to tell you that, but individually, there have been a pair of bright spots, of course. The two constants, Julio Jones and Grady Jarrett. You don't have to be Vince Lombardi or Don Shula to know that. Today, they found out that they have been selected to the Pro Bowl. Congrats to them on good individual seasons in a tough collective, that's for sure. Hawks in New York taking on the Knicks. Big night for Trae Young. He had 42 points, but only 3 other Hawks players scored more than 10 points against the Knicks. What? The Knicks shot 55% from the floor, 46% on three-pointers. Man, that's a bad loss. You get hammered by the Knicks. Yikes, 143-120. The Hawks losers tonight with New York. After the game, Trae Young said really the lowest point of the Hawks season so far. It'll get better. Kirby Smart is going to have to replace both of his offensive tackles next year. Andrew Thomas and Isaiah Wilson announced on social media they are declaring for the NFL draft. On most mock draft boards, Thomas projected to be a top 5 pick. What do Derek Jeter, Peyton Manning, and Karl Anthony Towns all have in common? They have won the Gatorade National Player of the Year, and it goes to one student athlete in the entire country, and this year it belongs to a Marietta tight end. Maria Martin has more.
Win a state championship Saturday, get invited to play in the Geico Bowl Series in Vegas yesterday, and today Marietta tight end Eric Gilbert became the 2019 National Gatorade Player of the Year.
The hard work that I put in with my teammates,
I mean, just to see all that come together now and then win the award like this is unreal.
I think the smile on his face kind of said it all. He was shocked. He's very appreciative, but that's kind of his personality. He's not going to, do much more. So I think you could tell he was excited.
It was Falcons quarterback Matt Ryan who was there to present the award today to the future LSU Tiger.
I don't know, that's unreal too, like that. He was right there. Like, what? I don't know, I was a little starstruck, not gonna lie.
To see kind of the joy of the entire school and how proud they are of him and what he's accomplished both on and off the field was fun to be a part of.
The prestigious award has been given to Peyton Manning, Emmitt Smith, 6 NFL first-round draft picks, 30 Pro Bowlers, and the list goes on.
It's a blessing and an honor to be on this list with them. Obviously, those are some great players. That just motivates me to work even harder to get to the level that they were on.
And to top it all off, Eric received the ultimate praise from the Dirty Birds' all-time leading passer.
I promise you this much, I'll be following his career and what he does down there, and hoping that he finds his way back to Atlanta for 3, 4, 5 years, something like that.
All right, we'll take a break. Back right after this.
Cold air coming in here. We've been feeling that today with that wind that's been kind of kicking up, bringing in that colder air. We'll be down to just below freezing in the morning at 31 degrees, a high of only 47 with plenty of sunshine. It's going to look nice. It's just going to be cold out there. We're down to 29 Thursday morning, and then a little warmer in the afternoon to 52, 54 Friday with a few more clouds building in, and then the showers push in Saturday and Sunday. I do think there'll be some dry times for the weekend, and all that depends on what happens with this area of low pressure in the Gulf of Mexico, clearing out by the beginning of next week. But it's going to be warmer than average. High temperatures beginning of Christmas week in the low 60s. Flip it to 11 Alive right now for Up Late.